Yo, what's up, everyone? This is episode 137 of the Blrd podcast. As always, we have Green Tuner.
Hello.
Greencast.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Bandito Mac.
Hello. Hello.
Darkside.
Yo.
And myself, the best in the world, the one and only, the Ed Underground.
Guest starring.
How you doing?
Yeah,
Guest
welcome.
star. Ed, you're back.
Wow.
Thanks for coming back, Ed.
Yeah, good job.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Nice
on the
of
Blrd
you
podcast,
to
buddy.
grace
what
us
happens.
with
Cool.
your presence.
You know what happens?
Nice.
I had to fight Vegeta, and then I had to go into the hyperbolic time chamber. And
Right.
you know, as I'm preparing for the next, event, you guys, take the lead, as side characters do before, you guys, then you guys get beat up by a Frieza character or a Cell character. Then I make my triumphant return as the main character, as always, and save the day. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back.
All right, man. Welcome back, man.
Yeah, welcome back. Wow.
You want to tell us
That's
what
cool.
you've been up to? Like what you've been doing?
A lot of working. My car is down, so I've been
Again.
Again.
Yeah.
No surprise there.
If you want to give me a car, go for it. Hey,
I already
I'll say
donated
yes,
to the poor already, man. I'm good for this month at least.
Yeah.
Man.
You got to donate to the main character though. But yeah, been doing a lot of working and catching up on some Dead by Daylight and some movies. Rewatch Stranger Things season 4. So yeah,
Oh, really? Okay. Nice.
yeah.
And did you watch Lord of the Rings for when we complete the season? When you
Yes, I did, but something
Oh,
happened that day that
Okay.
was completely unexpected. Long story short, and it's a short story. A car that I fixed for my mother, she ended up driving on a flat tire, not even knowing it was flat, and poof, tire went out, and had to stop what I was doing and help, of course. Got to be a good son. I try to be a good father for Creamcast. Yeah, so
Interesting.
oh yes.
Oh man, that's a very interesting story.
Sounds like just like poor time management. I'd say that this like boils down to just poor time management.
Trying to make up for lost time. I mean, I said I was going to get the milk, and I didn't do it on time, but eventually I did.
Yeah,
Right.
He wasn't there though.
Right.
Oh, and I know we'll talk about this later, but I got a shirt. One of my favorite bands of all time, Linkin Park.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Nice.
this is from their Paper Cuts album. This is songs that was already released, but just all on one CD or playlist. But yeah, I also got another shirt too. Might wear it at the main event of our main topic of the podcast. We'll see.
Oh,
Nice.
costume change.
Yeah,
Maybe.
We're gonna have a
wardrobe change.
Wardrobe change.
All right,
Yeah,
so this
wow.
is huge.
Hey, main
And-
character's got to do big things. So
main character bought a shirt.
Yeah.
Main character bought two
main
shirts.
character vibe.
Not just one, but by two. I mean, Spencer's was having a blowout sale, and he was like, "I gotta be there." He was there in line.
Wash.
That's right.
He was waiting in line for Spencer's to open, and he was like, "I gotta get in and beat these teenagers while they're in school." And he got his 2 T-shirts. I am very proud of him.
Well, no. Yeah, like he brought up 2 T-shirts, and the guy was like, "Oh, okay, you're choosing between the 2," and I was like, "No, I'm buying both." And the guy was like, "Whoa,
Whoa!
big spender,
Not one,
fucking spender."
The other shirt that I might wear was actually only $9. Very surprising, but
That's why I said it was a sale. So hey, that's
it
actually not
wasn't
bad.
from Spencer's though.
Practically free.
Hot topic. Okay, close enough.
Hot topic.
Yeah, my bad.
Unfortunately, it was not from Hot Topic. But
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Hey, don't take offense to it, man.
GameStop, I assume.
not from GameStop either.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm glad you got the shirts.
Yeah,
That's great.
I'm looking forward
Yeah.
to see what the second
Very
shirt
happy
is.
for you.
Yeah.
I am.
I mean,
Mm.
well, since Ed brought it up, and I think this is a perfect topic to bring up, kind of a nice transition.
Yeah.
Linkin Park. I mean, Linkin Park
Mhm.
just had a concert
Mhm.
last week.
Yeah.
Debuting their new their new single that was coming out. And for their new album that's coming out later this year. And then also their new singer, Emily Armstrong. She is now the lead singer that's taken over for Chester Bennington, rest in peace. After his timely
Okay.
demise in 2016. So yeah, they at this time, I mean, Linkin Park went through they had one singer, right? Didn't they have a guy that was kind of slated to take over, but he didn't pan out. So a lot of people have been wondering,
Really?
like, it was
What?
some guy. There was a guy that they were thinking that was going to be the lead singer for Linkin Park. Everybody was, I forgot what his name was, but people were like, "Oh, he's gonna be lead singer. He's lead singer," and then it never worked out.
Wait,
Linkin
was
Park.
he a white guy, blonde, spiky hair?
I don't know if he had spiky hair or not. I don't
Well,
remember.
no, there was
Mm.
he's actually from a band called Sum 41. I forgot his name, but he's
Oh
actually
Lord, that's who
really
they were gonna put
Oh,
there.
no,
I feel like I've heard
no,
that, but I don't think so. Yeah.
no.
No.
They weren't going to put him. He just did a song with Mike, and there are other people playing on the guitar and drums, not the Linkin Park
You know him that
peeps.
well.
Yeah.
Well, no, I saw it on YouTube.
Look,
I
yeah,
saw it on
my boy
YouTube.
Mike,
I'm just
you know.
saying. Hey, #1 fan here. I like some people's.
Sure,
Some
absolutely.
people's.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we see now they debuted their new singer, Emily Armstrong, another singer from a previous another band. But yeah,
Dead Sarah.
she's filling in for Chester, and I think we all watched the concert on YouTube live, and there were a lot of opinions on it for sure.
course, yeah.
Initially, they did some
Yeah.
songs. I think they did most of the song. They did some songs, the older songs from like Meteora and Hybrid Theory and so forth, and then they did the new single, and then went for the rest of the songs through pretty much their old catalog. And
I think
yeah,
they started off with the new single, Emptiness Machine.
oh, did
believe
they
so.
start? Did they start with that one
Yeah,
first?
they
Okay,
started off with that one,
They
yeah.
did. They
Okay.
started that one first.
yeah, okay.
Mhm.
And so yeah, they did that, and then they did I want to say covers of their previous songs, but it's hard to do covers, call it covers when it's still
Right.
the
It's the actual,
band.
like-
When it's your band.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, a lot of people loved it, and a lot of people disliked it. I think, like I said, most of us were on the live and we watched it. I mean, what you guys think of
Mhm.
the new Linkin Park as they are now?
So they actually had a countdown, which I was invested in. I watched the countdown, and it went down to 0, then it went back up, and no one knew why. And then speculation and stuff like that. So the day of, I saw it live, and I would say in the beginning, the first song, I was really amazed. I think that was a really good song. I wasn't clear on if the person, Emily Armstrong, was the new lead singer or not. But I gotta say, the song that they played, the first song, the new song, very well played. I think it sounded really good. I think what's the best word? I think it utilized her skills as a vocalist. She's been in the game for about 20 years, I think. She's from a previous band called Dead Sarah.
Yes.
And that band is actually pretty good too. So she's been in the game about 20-something years.
Do they still make music? Dead Sarah?
Now that part I don't know, but she's still on her Instagram has Dead Sarah. She has Dead Sarah and then Linkin Park, which I respect that because that's her first band. She's still doing Dead Sarah stuff.
Yeah,
Dead
Dead
Girl
Sarah, they did something up to last 2021. They put out a single. So
Oh, nice. Is it called Weatherman?
huh?
Probably. Is it called Weatherman?
No, the last time the single they put out was Heroes off of their album Ain't It Tragic, that came out in 2020. But the single video of it came out, Heroes. And it was actually ranked out of the US rock category for charts. It was ranked number 32. So I mean, while not the like number one, like if Linkin Park came out like during the Hybrid Theory Meteor, they were like killing number one spots. It wasn't that. Dead Sarah wasn't that. But it's still a decently well-known band for sure.
Yeah, but I would say like so this is my first time ever hearing her. She is very, very good. Her screams, um her singing and her screams, I think are really good. That song was really good. I listened to that song over and over when it was on Spotify. Feeling good about the choice, but I had a weird feeling once they started playing their old stuff. It felt like Linkin Park were doing cover songs of Linkin Park for a minute.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that she's not bad. It's just my brain was trying to like compute what was going on because for years we've all heard Chester singing it, and then now it's like this is Linkin Park, but it's not Linkin. It was like a
for sure.
weird brain thing. So it took me a minute. And she's good. I think she was nervous in the beginning of the previous songs. And I think after some time, she got more comfortable, and you can kind of feel it in the way she was singing because her voice cracked a few times. Like, But as a fan, I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. She's new. She's basically on the spotlight, on the pedestal. She went from a band, a good band, but I don't think anyone had heard of Dead Sarah up until now. She went from that to like basically skyrocketing to like one of the known bands of all time. So it's like, that's a lot of pressure. And to fill in someone's shoes that, is very highly respected, very great as a vocalist and a writer. So I can imagine there's a lot of pressure. But I accept her as a new lead singer, giving her a shot. I think she's a good choice. I can see why Mike and the band chose her. So that part I think is fine. But we'll talk about the other part later. But yeah, that part's fine. That part's very, very good. But there's more to that now after a day later. But go on. What do you guys think about the Linkin Park and stuff that happened after?
Yeah,
If you even
like,
know.
I pretty much had
I
the same.
haven't really thought about Linkin Park.
Of course you haven't.
Like really thought about him in like forever, man.
Well, I don't think anyone has until like they break off some kind of new single or something. I think the last time anyone ever heard of them is
But whatever, man. If that's as a band creatively, that's what they want to pursue, then let them pursue it. Who cares?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea too. It's kind of what is happening afterward. That's
all the politics and stuff about it.
Yeah.
Of everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it will happen in most fan bases, especially now that everyone's online.
A little different
now more than ever. I feel like, but I mean, it's just like.
It does feel like it's been increasing, right? Everywhere.
Yeah. Yes. I mean that sort of thing.
It's just like I don't know like the metrics, so I don't know if like it's just me that I perceive it that way, or in reality if it is that way.
It is that way now. That is the unfortunate reality.
I like how 100% definite edge is like, yes, it is that way. I know.
I know for a fact.
Go on.
Well, I mean the recent controversy that surrounded Emily Armstrong is one. She was at one point friends with Danny. What's his name? Danny Masterson off of that 70s show. He got in trouble for sexual assault. I believe I will say as far as rape. And at one point, Emily Armstrong and Danny Masterson were friends. So while Danny was going on trial, Emily Armstrong came to his defense and was pretty much saying like, hey, he's a good guy, and just pretty much giving him a character statement. And then after the fact, once she found out, she actually sat in one of his trials. And after she heard all of the testimony and all of the trial, everything in the trial kind of coming to light, she pretty much cut all ties with Masterson. But the fans, of course, are going to look at that and still think of it as a negative that she even supported him even for a little bit. But she came out and specifically said she has not talked to him since that initial trial that she went and when she initially spoke to him. And once she heard the news about him, she was like, all right, my bad. I'm gonna cut all ties with him. So this was a few years ago. So I mean, at this point, I feel like a lot of people are just kind of nitpicking, mainly because of the fact that she is replacing Chester as the lead singer. I think people are gonna
No,
be
that's
a little
no,
hypercritical.
that's her fault. That's her fault. Look, no, most people never ever make any mistakes.
Yes.
Everyone in the world wakes up and they make
Mhm.
100% choice that they never regret.
Super
No one
virtuous.
ever, you know, is
No one ever.
you know, in their mid age or whatever, thinking back, oh, maybe I should have done things different. No one ever does that.
Yeah,
It's
no.
impossible.
And
I know. I
that's-
was thinking that when I had Creamcast, but I decided to, yeah, this is an okay decision. It's an okay decision.
cool.
What?
Yeah, I obviously as saying he gave birth to me, so and that's
I didn't give-
that's very brave of
birth
you,
to
Ed. Very brave of you for coming out.
The seed of my loins.
The buzzy is.
Nah, because you said you gave birth to me. So words have meaning, Ed. I hate to say it. So that's very brave for you to come out.
Buzzy is entry and exit. All right.
And apparently, hey, you know what?
That door is closed forever. It was never opened.
I'm just proud of Ed coming out on this podcast. We are a very inclusive podcast. So the fact that
I
Ed
never went in.
Something went in and something came out.
Nothing.
According to you. So hey, I'm proud of you. Only Toe says Linkin Park has been DEI'd. New female lead singer, Ed, you need to watch out.
I'm fine with this choice.
She's not bad. She's honestly not bad. I don't like her
she's not
doing. I don't like her doing the old stuff.
I don't either.
I think it's a little weird, only because I'm so used to hearing Chester, and I know me and Bandito, we kind of had a little discussion about this. With a lot of people don't like her. They think the Linkin Park is pretty much done. Is kaput. It is finished. Especially with after Chester has passed, and I can understand why they feel like that. With guitar, like a guitarist or a pianist or a DJ, those can be replaced. And for the most part, you ask anybody who is a Linkin Park fan, most people don't know who the bass guitarist is. Most people don't know who the pianist is. Most people probably don't even know who the DJ is. They know Chester and they know Mike Shinoda. And that's the two people that they know of Linkin Park. And I can understand, like with those
more.
Yeah, exactly. You say that as a joke, but a lot of people don't know these other artists. So what happens is if an artist or a guitar player gets switched out, you really don't miss anything out of that, unless they're exceptionally talented and so forth. I'm not saying that they're not, but usually that's what people, they can forgive those changes. But a lead singer, especially Chester, with such a unique voice, that is a much harder thing once you get used to it, to one, replace it or try to replicate it. So I could see why a lot of people are kind of against her in this sort. Now, do I say it's necessarily fair? Not really. But do I understand their sentiment? Absolutely. It's hard listening to the old songs and you don't hear in your head you hear Chester. Your ears hear Chester, but your head you hear Chester, but your ears you hear Emily. And it's a little weird. It's a little off-putting at times. In certain songs, I think we agreed. Certain songs she sounds excellent in. And other songs, and I'm talking about their older songs from like Meteor and Hyper Theory. Some are really good. She does a really good job of doing, I hate to say it, almost an Chester impression, but it's just her singing. And then there's other ones it's like, this sounds like a dive bar cover band.
Linkin Park doing Linkin Park.
Yeah, but it's really Linkin Park doing Linkin Park. But I don't know. I mean, Bandito, what do you think about this? You were listening live to this.
Yeah. No, I was kind of echoing what Ed was saying. Where just like, she had a couple of like slip ups during, but it was live. She had a lot going on, and so like naturally, she wasn't going to be perfect, right? Which is what I think a lot of people were going to expect of her, especially because she's a new singer, and I feel like it's important to know that she is a woman coming in and doing it too. I feel like that doesn't matter. And so there is like a much higher expectation, right? Like if it was like a black guy, I would have said the same thing. And Yeah, I think overall, like it's hard to get away from what you're talking about, where the person or hearing the new person singing the old stuff, right? It's going to have like this karaoke vibe, right? Where like someone's doing the impression or someone. It sounds sort of similar to what you knew, but not the same. I think it would have been kind of cool if they did something like another reanimation where they reanimated the songs and then put her in. Maybe that could have been interesting.
Yeah.
So just having the same old sound, having that expectation there was really heavy. So kind of played against her a bit. But I mean, in the studio, it might sound better, but at the same time, again, right? It's having a different person there. It's gonna be karaoke. It's gonna sound like a cover. It's hard to get away from that. But
Yeah.
she did have clean. I do like her cleans. I like her when she was more confident after the show went on. Her raspies got a lot better. Her screams got a lot better.
That's true.
Yeah, and so just I'm willing to see how it comes out overall, but at the same time, again, Linkin Park hasn't been the same like peak Linkin Park that we all loved and remembered, or I mean, most of us who when we listened back in the day during like Meteora, Reanimation, that phase,
Oh, that
like
was gold.
from since Minutes to Midnight and on, they've kind of had a different sound. So a lot of people haven't been as into Linkin Park as then, and I feel like what I was saying before when we first listened, I still think people are expecting that old sound to come back. And I understand because I miss it too. But the band is still evolving and they're gonna do what they need to do and want to do.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's I could imagine it like if I was in a band and playing the same old songs over and over again in the same genre, I would get bored. I mean, they're artists. Like if pretend you're painting the same thing over and over and over again. You get tired of it. You want to go into a new evolution of art because that's who you are. You're an artist. You want to continue to evolve. You don't want to be stagnant and stay in the same spot for who knows how long people want you to be in. And people don't like change. Like I didn't like it when they went from what was their last album back then, Meteora and Reanimation to Minutes to Midnight. I think there's only like maybe 3 songs I like on Minutes to Midnight. That's actually my least least favorite album of Linkin Park. And then they went from Minutes to Midnight to A Thousand Suns, which I thought that was a major growth, a good album. I like that album a whole lot more than Minutes to Midnight. But they keep evolving, they keep changing. Even their last album they did, One More Light, it's more poppy. It's good. It is good, but it's more poppy.
Yeah, and I admit, like I haven't listened to like a lot of those ones, right?
Take a dive one day. It's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Like their stuff they're doing is good. It's just that it's not Hybrid Theory. It's not Meteora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah.
I find it kind of ironic that Ed is talking about growth and evolution when you do the same thing over and over again, that eventually you get tired of it and you want to see growth. Because I mean, Ed Underground has been playing Killer Instinct since I can remember. I mean, since
I started playing Mortal Kombat 1. And I started playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah,
and I started playing other
you started,
games
but
I did.
You quit those
But
games, and you still got KI. I think your last stream was did it have KI in your last stream? I can't remember.
My last stream was Dead by Daylight.
Oh, okay.
For your information.
Okay, sure. I'm just like you've been playing the same shitty game for 13 years, 14 years.
This is not the first Killer Instinct. And
anyways, that makes it worse.
I get the most views from Killer Instinct. So
3 views.
Top view.
I mean, sure.
No, the most top view I have for Killer Instinct was I think 32 views.
Yes. And if you look at when those views were occurring, it would be the last minute when you were signing off of Killer Instinct. That's when everybody joined. I was like, holy shit. I have never seen an influx of people coming in.
More views than the Blrd podcast gets.
That's actually not true. We actually have on one of our videos, we have hundreds of views easily. So
one of my views is in the thousands, but go on.
I don't believe that, but sure.
Main character.
Sure. And if you got thousands of views, hopefully it wasn't Killer Instinct because goodness gracious.
No, it
But-
actually wasn't. It was about WWE. But go on.
WWE, okay. I mean, Vince McMahon was helping you out with that. And talking about Vince
speaking of-
McMahon,
Speaking of,
yeah,
Yes.
Vince
Oh,
McMahon. So
Lord,
a
get
new
that
biopic was
further
coming
back.
out with. Oh, wait, are you talking about?
Damn it.
Are you talking about? You got it on like TikTok? You got views on TikTok?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Jesus Christ!
The other one's
Okay.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Go on.
Yes,
No, I was just pulling
yes.
up one thing.
Yeah.
I'll pull up YouTube too if you want. But
Oh,
go
that's
on.
that's
What
awesome.
about Vince McMahon?
Yeah,
So
his
Vince
second
McMahon-
most viewed one is him dancing to a Taylor Swift song
Taylor
Hey,
Swift,
you got- you
in a
gotta-
diner in the middle while
do what you
people
gotta
are
do.
eating.
yeah, right.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Vince McMahon's coming out with a biopic apparently. So, coming out on Netflix called Mr. McMahon. Bandito, you mentioned this, so you're a lot
Yes.
more familiar with it than I am. Do you want to
a
talk
little,
about
a
that?
little bit. I mean, I'm not a huge wrestling guy. As in, like, I don't know a lot about wrestling, the deep lore, but I do know all the crazy shit about
The
Vince
lore.
McMahon. Yeah,
Hell yeah!
The
Oh,
deep,
it's
deep
deep.
lore.
It's deep.
yeah,
Gee.
yeah.
Like
So
when
this is
he
supposed to be like. Oh, go ahead. What is it?
paid off the cops so they would let what's his name, Superfly Snuka, get out of jail because he literally killed his partner.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Or-
Spoilers. All right.
Or the time
Yeah,
he killed,
spoilers.
or the time his limo exploded. We all
Yeah.
thought that
Mhm.
Vince McMahon had died. I mean, and somehow he came
No,
back.
no. Here's the
Real
thing.
to me.
You're
Yeah.
speaking of Mr. McMahon like he is mortal. I don't know where
He's not.
Yeah,
He is
no.
definitely not.
So this documentary is supposed to be, I guess, an expose on the rise and tremendous fall of
Tremendous.
the Vince McMahon
Oh,
empire.
that's tremendous. Yeah.
So
I didn't know this was coming. I
Yeah.
wish I knew because I would have fucking. Is it out now?
no, the trailer is out.
No.
You should watch the
Oh,
trailer.
the trailer. Oh fuck, dude, I'm watching
Yeah.
that on day one. Because there's
Yeah.
some really fucked up stuff with the McMahons. Like
Yeah, but-
there's like an old Playboy interview where they hinted at the fact that maybe like Vince McMahon's mom like molested him, and I was like, what
Oh,
the fuck?
I did know
Yeah,
that part.
like there's some like super weird, fucked up, like because the thing is, technically, Vince McMahon is like just like a sort of bastard, right? In the
Yeah.
sense that his dad basically just like got, so like a local trailer trash lady fucked her, she got pregnant, he dipped, right? Because he was, going in his
Yeah.
wrestling circuit.
Yeah.
Vince literally grew up fatherless in the trailer home until for some weird reason the guy grew a conscience, I guess, and he's like, hey Vince, come work with me or whatever. But so that's what I'm saying, like Vince comes from like a really rough spot, even though he's like a billionaire now.
Mhm.
He's been through some crazy shit.
Whoa, shit.
yeah.
So,
I didn't know about all
yeah.
his mom getting knocked up on the railroad. That's crazy.
yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
his literally, she
Yeah.
never even
He's
like
trailer
really
park
knew
trash.
that she was just like a, like literally just like a one night stand.
yeah.
Well, okay,
You know,
man,
just
that,
some random chick that you just want to like fucking that's it, move along.
Parts of the trailer, parts of the trailer. Speaking of trailers, I mean, parts of the trailer also showed Chris Benoit, so I guess they're gonna get into
oh shit,
that.
they're gonna
Really?
go,
Wait,
Yeah.
I saw
deep
the
in.
trailer. I didn't see Chris Benoit there.
Yeah, watch it again.
I mean,
Oh,
there've
wow.
been so many memes I've seen of Chris Benoit recently. Somebody made a meme like when your kids are not listening to you and your wife doesn't want to make dinner or something like that,
Oh,
and they
no.
show Chris Benoit like walking to the ring. I'm like, where is this man?
Music.
Yeah, where is this man
Yeah.
coming from all of a sudden? Why is there such a big resurgence of Chris Benoit memes? But I
Yeah.
can see if the trailer has come out and they're talking about Chris Benoit,
Yeah.
why there's a huge resurgence
This is
of
before the trailer then,
memes.
because this has been on for a while.
maybe
Well,
I'm
yeah,
just
that's
not
when
that.
Vince was trying to downplay the fact that brain trauma was a thing in wrestling. That's
Mhm.
literally the only reason. Like he was saying, like, "Oh, don't talk about the steroids," but
Mhm.
literally the whole thing he was worried about was all these like tests that were coming out that was like, yeah, all these wrestlers that you have working under you have like the brains of like 90-year-olds.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
and like his way of wrestling is you don't take breaks. You don't take breaks. If you
Yep.
take
Yeah.
a break, you don't get paid. If you miss enough shows, you're gone.
Yep.
Done for, and there won't be a second chance. So it's like a ruthless business.
It is.
Yeah, I do want to
I
watch
mean,
it.
he runs it like fucking ruthless.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He runs. Yeah, he runs in a heartless, ruthless way. Because before that, they had like the territories, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So literally, like someone could like wrestle in WWF or whatever, win trophies or whatever. Then when they got old, they would go to the other territories and wrestle for different companies, right? Because
Right.
Yeah.
every territory had different like programs, right? The WWE or WWF, NWA, ECW before it became the hardcore thing. All those what's the other one? Anyway, and people were able to like wrestle, and when they were old, they were able to go and wrestle for the other place, but they were still able to work, right? He literally came in and fucked everybody, Trumpo style. He just basically screwed everybody through like backhand contracts and all this crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the only place that you can literally make a decent living until recently with the other competitor is WWE. Otherwise, in most wrestling places, you're gonna be making the same money that you do working at, fucking Denny's, bussing
That's true.
tables.
Well, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, a lot of the people were like other wrestlers who are non-professional. Um, they often say that this was you do it just for the love of it. You don't do it because you get paid from it. The hope is that you eventually get a job with WWE or WWF.
Right.
But other than that, like you don't get paid a lot, and a lot of times those guys just get paid per gig. So it's not like
Yeah.
you're on a constant salary, and if you do get a salary, it's very little, not with a lot, with little to no benefits.
There's no health
Easily
insurance.
exploitable.
Yeah.
All those bones that you're breaking in the ring and all that
Yeah.
concussion, everything that nothing
Well,
is
they're doing.
covered. by
They're
the
usually
wrestling place. That's on
like
you.
I
on
think you
the
pay for your own insurance too.
the amateur side is definitely
Yeah.
a lot more brutal. So yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
I remember as kids, I would wrestle with friends, and I mean, you do a lot of the stuff that you see in wrestling, but I mean, that stuff can, if you weren't, I mean, because as kids we thought it was all real with no safety precaution. Like when the people are getting thrown around, they're really getting thrown
Yeah.
around with no care in the world. Like, yeah, you really get hurt.
Dude,
And
no, that's no, you're a fucking mark, man. Sweet chin music, that thing down 300-pound Samoan, okay? It's just
Yes.
pure power because he technically hits you like on the right spot of the nerve chin, which
Yes.
shuts you down.
Oh, okay.
The right spot all
Science.
the
The right
time.
spot.
Science.
100%. Yeah.
All the time.
Right?
I mean, it kind of reminds me of what's his name? Goldberg, right? People always shit on him because
Damn,
For
for like
good reason.
he's the one. They were like, out of all the wrestlers that were there, he was the least professional, least trained.
Still is.
Really?
And he would
I didn't know
actually,
this.
he would actually
Yeah.
hurt people. And
He ended Bret Hart's career.
that Bret Hart
Yeah.
to this day still says
really?
that
Yeah.
he hates him, and he says the fact that he actually
did
hurt
his
him.
whole career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they complained to Vince McMahon that
Yeah.
like this guy, he's gonna kill somebody eventually because he doesn't use proper techniques. Like if he does like a suplex, he doesn't know how to do a correct suplex where you land on your back and you kind of just bounce off the ring. Like he would go and like half suplex you where you ended up on your neck and your shoulders. And then the funny thing is Bret Hart, he went through like the videos and they were talking about, I don't know if he did specifically, but in the video I was watching, they were showing instances where Goldberg was like hitting people completely wrong, and you see like everybody that he wrestled with, a lot of people that he wrestled with, a lot of times they'll be like, I'm in pain, but you could see like these people were actually in pain, and certain times you see them looking at like what was that announcer's name?
I forgot his name. I know who you're talking about though.
I forgot his name. I can't think of it at the top of my head. But he like you'll see wrestlers looking to the side, looking at like the announcers, like, what the fuck just happened? Like this guy's gonna hurt me, like, or I'm hurt right now. And Goldberg just didn't care. And like he would like shoulder somebody, and instead of like shoulder them like on their shoulder, on their like a little bit on their chest, like he'll shoulder them in their neck, and like they'll lose their breath or get their feel like their windpipe is getting like pretty much closed because he would do improper techniques so often. And
and he was an asshole too.
He was an
like
asshole,
all the
yes.
interviews you read and everything.
Yeah, he's still
like,
to this
not only
day.
was he unprofessional. Yeah, even to this day, he's still an asshole. Like he thinks he knows what he's doing, and fucking hates everyone that tells him otherwise.
Yeah,
But he's so popular, they just keep booking him.
that's the
And
thing.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
like ridiculously dangerous for it. Because the thing is, like, wrestlers, this is their bread and butter, right? Like, this is their craft. You can't just be throwing someone carelessly and ending their whole career.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna take food away from them, their family, their children.
Well, that's what happened with Bret Hart.
Yeah,
He got
exactly.
hurt.
Yeah,
Bret Hart,
how did
exactly.
he get hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt, and he
Did
blames
like
him.
what's like a
Jackknife powerbomb.
spinning kick
I think it was that or a spear.
to the face or something.
Yeah, it was a kick to the face.
Yeah,
and
It was
kick to
like
the
a kick
face,
to the
yes.
face. He didn't do it correctly and literally kicked Bret Hart as he was like running into his foot.
Yeah.
And it like when the force of that and the landing like fucked up his spine and he couldn't like he just basically couldn't wrestle anymore after that.
Yeah,
He had to like get surgeries and all this crazy shit.
and ended his career. And like Bret Hart,
Yeah.
he's a huge advocate against Goldberg. Now, granted, Goldberg is not wrestling to that extent like he was back in the day, but yeah, he Bret Hart hates him. He's like,
he fought the Undertaker a few years, maybe 3-4 years ago in Saudi Arabia, and he messed up that too. He did the jackknife powerbomb, which is his signature move, and he messed it up. He almost put Undertaker's head into the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this is live.
It's a very dangerous individual.
Yeah, I was always thankful that like we never were super, or I guess like me and my brother and cousins, even though Eric, my cousin, I'm sorry, Greencast, my cousin.
What?
What?
Breaking news, people.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I was glad that we were not super like wrestling each other because I was so afraid of.
I was
hearing stories about kids doing that to each other and improperly like powerbombing each other and
throwing each other,
DDTing each other,
broken arms and shit.
Yeah,
that was the way to grow
stuff.
up, man.
And we used to
all that stuff.
We used to do it to our younger cousin, like play with him pretty rough. And I mean, we're lucky we didn't put somebody in the hospital for sure.
Throwing each other to the wall so hard. I remember like more than one time, a couple times, we would just fucking. Our bodies would like punch holes in the drywall, and then, obviously, we get the shit beat out of us. Learn our lesson for maybe like a year, and then do it again.
Yeah.
Yep. Good times.
Yeah, that's fair.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, crazy times. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that documentary. I do want to see that as well. I'm not as big of a wrestling fan as I used to be when I was younger, but it's still interesting to see these older wrestlers and see how like how they've evolved throughout time, because Vince McMahon, like he's had a really tough fall from glory, where he was literally on top of the world a couple years ago.
Glory?
Well, no, I'll say glory. Well, the thing is, it was glory because everybody praised him for being
right.
Yeah, the perception of it. He was thought of as like a business genius. He took wrestling from where it was, think about back in WrestleMania 1 to recent WrestleManias. I mean, you got this guy who literally took wrestling, which was kind of a niche event. I won't say it's a sport, but a niche event to make being $1 billion industry.
Sports entertainment, please.
For entertainment, yeah. So it was great entertainment. So it was just he was well respected especially in the business community, entertainment community for sure. And now, I mean, he is up there with P. Diddy, the Diddler, R. Kelly, and them. I mean, he's probably one of the worst, honestly.
Huge sex pervert.
Yeah.
Not only that, speaking of like launching the WWE into the stratosphere, no one had a bigger hand in doing it than Cyndi Lauper, and she's never gotten credit for it. Cyndi Lauper was literally like at that point, like like the pop celebrity of the moment.
Yeah,
she loved wrestling so much she like went to the WrestleMania thing and actually literally brought in like just a wave of eyes into wrestling that they hadn't happened before.
Yep.
But no one's ever recognized that from WWE at all because no one else can get the credit.
Who can set that up?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's perplexing.
Perplexing. Yeah, absolutely.
Perplexing.
Well, talking about huge perverts, and
Dark side?
being within
Dark
the
side?
entertainment industry.
Dark side?
Dark
Oh,
side.
he's not in entertainment industry unless he's secretly never mind, go on.
Oh, that fell flat.
Yeah,
No,
that
I
fell
was gonna
flat.
I was gonna
Oh
say more, but
man.
Oh
Okay.
man,
Anyways,
that was
I'm hitting dark
holy
side for it.
moly.
jeez, this is
We're
what happens
getting
when you
That
miss
was a
like 8
very slow
podcasts. Like
death.
he hasn't been working on his his delivery.
Thank you. Thank
Jeez.
you.
Oh man, that was pretty
I
bad.
am the
Oh
delivery.
Lord.
I
Yeah.
am the delivery.
Yeah,
You are the
Baby.
delivery.
the premature delivery shit. Like that was not
Baby.
good.
Oh, wait a minute.
Um,
Hold on. Can I read some real quick? Hold on. Wait. I'm
oh
gonna read
shit.
this real quick.
Wait, are you
Because
reading?
when I hold on, because when I type in things, no one reads anything. So
Yeah.
let me read this. Yeah,
Yeah.
let me read this.
Listen,
I just
actually,
popped
while Ed's reading that crap, I'm gonna give a PSA out there to everybody. Please,
Go ahead.
please, for dear God, everyone keep their pets indoors. There are roving gangs of people eating dogs and cats out there.
Oh no!
Right?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. All right. All right.
I heard it on the news, on the television.
Yeah, it has to be real. Go ahead and read what you want to read. We'll be here for the next 5 minutes.
So this loser, who's also a fan, he's a he or she or both, I don't know, or who cares, is a hater, but a fan. I'm the main character, baby.
Hey, get to the reading.
Says the trailer park mom story sounds like the story of Ed's conception. Well, you're just mad because your mom didn't swallow.
Oh.
But I'll leave it at that. Go on.
And hold on, did you stop the show just to talk shit? Is that what you literally
Well, I just popped it on my TV and I saw that. Like, hold on, okay, let me. No, I saw that and I just wanted to say some real quick. But hey, thank you for being a fan, whoever you are. Who cares? It doesn't matter who you are, but go on.
That was are you done, or was that your whole
thing?
thing?
That's really worth it
For the moment.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
Lord.
I was hoping there was
For the
more.
moment. Oh, there might be more later. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
All right, cool. So, anyways, getting back to the news. Dr. Disrespect has returned back to streaming as of last week. Or no, I think it was this week. No,
it was this week, wasn't it?
No, it was last week. No, he started last week.
Or the weekend?
No, he started last week on, I believe, Thursday or Friday, and then he did a new stream today. Dr. Disrespect, as some of you may know, he was a Twitch streamer, a disgraced Twitch streamer that ended up getting banned off the platform. No one knew the reason why, but allegations didn't come out for many years. He started streaming on YouTube. He wouldn't talk about why he got banned. Twitch wasn't talking about why he got banned, but some Twitch ex-employees who apparently was close enough to the I think it's called like the safety committee, pretty much came out after they left Twitch and said the reason why he got fired is because Dr. Disrespect was sending illicit, we don't necessarily say what, allegedly was sending illicit text to a minor over Twitch whispers, which was a big no-no. Twitch could read his whispers even though they're supposed to be private, but part of their contract was that they could read the whispers of their content creators, and so they did. And once they found out about it, they swiftly banned him, and that was that. Dr. Disrespect came out later on talking about that he wasn't sexting a minor. He said that based on the state that it was in, it was legal, that he did no wrong, and that no law enforcement has has pursued action based on what was said. And
fucked up,
so
man.
a couple months ago, Dr. Disrespect had put out a whole statement, and he put the word minor and then edited out of his Twitch longer statement. And then now he came back recently and said that he did that all on purpose so that he could
he got him.
He could see all the media
3D
sources.
chess.
3D chess, y'all.
Yeah,
I mean, he said he did that on purpose just to see what the news outlets were going to say. He got him because everybody was saying, whoa, you put minor in there. He must have been talking to a minor.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
Right.
no, I put in there,
Uh-huh.
but I did that on
I knew you'd
purpose.
call me a pervert. I knew you'd call me a pedophile.
It's like,
Uh-huh.
I said on my statement that I like to have sex with.
Mhm.
I was talking
You said-
sexual content with a
Mhm.
child, with a minor,
Mhm.
but I didn't really mean that, and you guys shouldn't have said that
fell for
because
it.
I
Yeah.
said it. You
Yeah.
activated my trap card. Like,
yeah,
this is
I
not.
pre-cocked your ass,
I
bitches.
robbed a bank
Uh-huh.
because I wanted to see if the news
That was
outlets
such a
will
shitty
actually.
argument, though. It's like
It
saying,
got
like,
'em.
someone's
It's
like,
like a
yeah, you know
non-argument.
what? I like drawing underage children, doing all this horrible shit. And then, they find out you do it or whatever. And then you're like, well, it's not illegal. I
Well,
mean,
to be
there's
fair,
Right,
nothing
yeah.
Well, to be fair,
illegal, right?
the
Technically-
real comparison would be something you kind of messed that up. There has been no leaks of the messages, so we don't know what was actually said. It's pretty much
Oh, I
the
thought they
ex
were
Twitch
leaked.
employees. No,
I mean, but
Probably he has it.
he admitted. He
yeah,
admitted.
he
Oh,
admitted it.
I honestly
Well,
feel
okay.
like
So
it
the
beforehand.
timeline
Yeah.
is the ex Twitch employee said that this is what he did. Dr. Disrespect came out with a statement a day later or so forth, and then he took a break, a hiatus for a couple months, and then he's now coming back to streaming. Then he's saying, "Well, I wrote that, and yeah, I purposely put the word in minor just to see who would take off with that story, and it really wasn't the truth. I just wanted to see who was going to put out disinformation because that's not really the truth." So
Got him.
yeah,
Well,
No.
he did say. He said, I did have messages with someone, but that person wasn't technically a minor.
he says what he
That
said
was
that's
the-
not technically mine,
it
but in his statement,
Technically, wasn't a minor.
but his statement was that he was texting in minor. He said I was texting in minor. Now
Yeah.
he's saying technically it's not a minor because the
Well,
state that they're
Right.
in,
Hey, right. Yeah.
the state that they're
Right.
in doesn't make them minor. Therefore, based on just using using all to your brain cells, you realize that ultimately at the end of the day, if the person was 18 and above, you wouldn't say that they're technically not a minor. You would just say they were an adult. They were 18. They're legal. They're legally an adult. So the fact that he had to say technically they're not a minor, and he's
Right.
saying these words to say, well, based on the state law, no crime was committed because the age of consent is X. They were above the age of consent. That means that 9 times out of 10, this person was 16 or 17. Now,
Mhm.
I mean, we can get into the specifics of like what the terminology is, this and your age of consent, how you feel about
That's the thing.
that
Is that
morally.
that's the thing. Is like we don't, right? Because we don't have to get into that because it's like that's gross.
That's the what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
right,
Like
right.
some people can argue whether that
Mhm.
is right or wrong. As
Technically,
far as
yeah.
as far as your morals are concerned, your values. Some people will say, "Oh, well, they're 17, and if the state says it's legal, then therefore it's legal." Some people don't care about the age of consent; they care, are they 18 and above? We don't need to get into the argument.
Right.
I think for most people, what they're getting into is the fact that I think most people are just saying, "Hey, you in a position of you've made millions of dollars on Twitch." You can
Yes.
like you already cheated on your wife one time. Everybody knows that you cheated on your wife. It came out, blah blah. But you can have any woman that you want. Like people say, okay, you're a shitbag for cheating on your wife, but they're adults, so it's whatever. It's 2 adults doing some shitty shit, whatever.
Adults.
Right.
But the thing is that I think for most people, like 18 is the cutoff. Just in the United States, it's always safe to just say 18 is the cutoff. It doesn't matter what state law says or anything like that. People in their mind says 18 is the cutoff.
18.
You shouldn't. Why are you even?
Social
Well,
contract.
even
Yeah,
like
social
you
contract,
mentioned, right?
exactly.
There's stuff that you can start doing at 18, right?
What do you mean?
What?
Not
Wait,
everything. I don't think so.
Really? I thought there were like
You can't rent a car.
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 I don't
You
think
well, no,
can-
technically you can.
Do you get tattoos
You can rent a car, but the thing is,
Can you?
yes, you can technically rent a car,
at 18?
but they don't let you. Like that is the rules that they
Oh,
set.
they don't like. Obviously, it would be like you said. It's just the odds are against you. But what I'm saying is, I know there's like a certain step, right? 16, you get whatever. 18, that's when you get whatever it is, and then 21 is the next one where you get your.
You
can
drink
start
21, the
drinking
doors
and
open
things
to
like that.
everything.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
levels to it. And now, do I agree with the 18 is the adult thing, and then there's things that limit you that you can't do till you're 21? No, I don't like that. I feel like if you're 18, you're adult. you should be able to do it, because if you can go to the military, if you can get a
Yeah.
bank loan, you can do all that stuff. You technically should be able to
Mhm.
drink.
Oh, you can
I
get a
think
bank
so.
loan at 18? I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can get you
Yeah.
can you
Wow.
can do all that. That's why, like, when
Yeah.
you go to college, one of the first things that they
Okay.
do is say, "Hey, great,
Yeah.
this is your great first
Oh,
day. Sign up for
oh,
this credit card.
everybody.
You'll get a
Right. You want
T-shirt.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want some debt? Like, hello,
Yeah.
like,
Here's some
Yeah.
debt.
yeah, you're about to start your life
You
as
know
an
what
adult.
sounds really good right now? Fine arts doctorate.
Yeah,
Come here.
hey, come here.
Oh,
Right.
wow.
Yeah. They make crazy you can make crazy decisions at 18, but
Mhm.
that's beyond the point. I mean, you're not. I don't think 18 you're fully mature, but I mean, if you're mature enough to sign up for army and possibly die, then I think you should be able to do a lot of
I
things.
like you
But
drink.
the thing is that, what I'm thinking, like, I think what a lot of people are thinking is that, dude, you are a multimillionaire with everything to lose in the world. Why the hell are you doing this? So Dr. Disrespect comes out and says, there was nothing sexually exchanged and this, that, and the other, which goes against what the Twitch moderator ex-employee says. So right now it's a tit for tat right now for Dr. Disrespect versus I think there's two people who have been Twitch employees and who have said, I've seen the files, I know what he's done, and this is what he did. So Dr. Disrespect came back, and he came back to tens of thousands of people watching his stream. Now, do I think a lot of those people were hate watching? Absolutely. Because that when
You were one of them, weren't you? Or
yeah, I
were
watched
you?
it. I was like, I watched it because I wanted to see what he was saying. Because the first part of his stream was him addressing all the allegations. So I wanted to see what he was going to say. So I listened to that, and then after that, I stopped watching. But yeah, there was a lot of people watching, and yeah, he was in the tens of thousands. And then today he went back to streaming this game called something like Devolve West or something of the sort. It's another like a hero shooter type game. The company themselves tweeted out that Dr. Disrespect was playing their game live. It said, as a joke, all minors should be careful in joining the queues when Dr. Disrespect is playing, which I thought was
Wow.
hilarious.
That's hilarious.
I checked, and he actually was playing their game. And in the game itself, I don't know if this is a coincidence, his entire team backed out of the lobby when the game started. So they left the game right when the game started. Now, was that a coincidence? Some people say it was because there was a server failure, which is crazy because nobody on the other team had got disconnected. He didn't get disconnected. Just everybody on his teammates got disconnected.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that
Yeah, I was just looking at it. The game was Deadlock.
deadlock, yes.
Yeah, that's on that's the Valve game.
Yep. And they
They do MOBA, but yeah, I just saw when I looked it up, the tweet came up where everyone had just left the lobby that Dr. Disrespect was in.
yeah, which is
Yeah.
hilarious because it's like
Hilarious.
this guy,
Yeah.
he's trying to play it off, but people are not going to forgive him. People are not so easy to forgive. Now, of course, his fans are absolutely willing to do whatever to justify anything that he's done. I mean that's their right to. I mean, I don't know why, but he did go from like 60,000 viewers to now 20-some thousand viewers. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think this Dr. Disrespect is going to be around for much longer. I think he's going to be around. I don't think he's ever going to get to the level that he was before, but
Top tier.
yeah, he's not going to be top tier. So it is what it is. It sucks because right now YouTube and like Instagram and so forth are doing campaigns against sexual predators of all types, removing them from their platforms and entirely. They have a new program, or they have had a program for this, but now they're really getting strict with it. But Dr. Disrespect, he hasn't been accused of anything, as in legally. He hasn't been prosecuted or anything, charged. Yeah, charged, that's the word. He hasn't been charged with anything. So it just kind of is what it is. So I mean, I guess he's here to stay, but yeah,
It's whatever. I mean, I at this point, it's just like who cares? Like the people who care about him
Is
will
Creamcast.
watch him. But that was the last, like, this little comeback thing. I mean, I say little, he still had a lot of people watching him, obviously, but I mean, his comeback was probably the most interesting part, and then now he'll probably just, I assume at this point, kind of just fade back into whatever
non-existence.
his like his little spot of the internet, basically. Because
Yeah.
I mean, because people still have like, well, I'm trying to think of other streamers who may have gone through some controversy.
No, there's other.
Mr. Beast.
Yeah, and like they kind of just have their streams in their parts of the internet.
Yeah,
Mr.
I mean,
Beast.
Mr.
well,
Beast.
Yeah, but
He's
he's not.
going through some
Yeah,
stuff.
but
He's going
it's
through
not
some
him though. It's someone adjacent to him, right?
It's adjacent to him. Chris something. Yeah, he had his own. He has his own. Well, Chris, they're trans now. Had their own thing back when they were with Mr. Beast, and as soon as Mr. Beast found out, at first I think no, once they found out those allegations, they did remove them from their company altogether. So that was a good move. But Mr. Beast stood by Chris for as long as possible, especially while she was transitioning. A lot of people were against that because a lot of people just do not like the whole trans rights movement. So, but Mr. Beast stood by her, even when she was transitioning, she was going through her divorce and so forth. But this situation kind of was the nail in the coffin. But then they found some other stuff with Mr. Beast, with him being a little bit of an edgelord back in the day, saying crazy things like the N-word and all this other stuff. So he has his own problems to deal with at the moment. So yeah, he's doing that. But there's other streamers out there who have done similar things, have been they haven't been convicted of anything, haven't been charged with anything, but have been accused of sexual assault. There's some female streamers I can think of off the top of my head. I'm just not gonna bring them up because they're irrelevant. But
yeah,
they've been accused of stuff. But they're still on Twitch platform all the same. I think it's just the difference is that Twitch hasn't caught them, as opposed to they just been called out by other people in the community. And just like Bandito said, they're going to exist on their portion of the platform all the same. So it's
just like you just probably won't see them in like the mainstream cultural zeitgeist or whatever, right? Like they're not going to be doing like big promos and stuff like that. I wouldn't assume.
They're not going to be.
I doubt someone's touching him with any sort of sponsorship.
Yeah.
Anytime soon,
Yeah, I would not touch him with a sponsorship whatsoever. I don't care what the sponsorship is. Like, nah, he is not brand safe in the slightest. And this is coming from a person who, or this is coming from a person who has seen other people who are on extremes of complete extremes on either side of the political aisle, which just still could be a huge turnoff for brands, get brand deals. So the fact, like, there's certain things that brands just absolutely won't touch, and his brand at this moment is not good. But
not good. Yeah.
But he's made so much money. I mean, he was talking about, I'm crying in my Lamborghini and so forth. This man has made hand over fist so much money, so he's good for life. I mean, that's the thing about these people. It's like the people.
I'm not feeling sorry for him.
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him whatsoever. So I'm like, he'll be fine. And there's people, when I was watching the stream, I was literally watching the stream for like 15 minutes, and he was donations nonstop. People were giving them donations. I'm just
seriously,
like, that's crazy. Yeah, it's wild.
Wow. So I've never seen a Dr. Disrespect stream. I've seen clips on YouTube because it's on my feed for some reason. I didn't even know who he was until like a year ago. Mainly because it was a clip of him meeting the Undertaker. That's how I found out about him. But I've never seen a stream. But that is crazy for all this stuff to happen, and then he comes back, and then people are donating.
Of course.
Well, this is the world that we live in. People live off disinformation, misinformation. They can make any narrative online, and just like the people, people will believe whatever they want to believe at the end of the day. So, while that's their right to believe whatever they want to believe, like Bandito said, they're going to be off in their own section of the internet. They won't become popular ever again, I don't think. This is different than like celebrities who get accused of things. A lot of times they can skate by as long as it's not too egregious. But I think I don't think he's ever going to get back to the spotlight ever again.
I don't think so. And if he does, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah, because the gaming community, like Twitch and all that, that's kind of tight knit, and more people than not have spoke against them pretty heavily. Like Nick Merckx and all these other people, they've really spoken out against him, like, F him for life type of stuff. So Dr. Lupo literally came out, if you know about like the FPS shooter genre, Twitch streamer area, he's a pretty big character as well. And he's done collaborations with Dr. Disrespect, and a lot of people gave him shit for like, oh well, he's now saying he didn't talk to Amira. Are you still not gonna be friends with him? He's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, let me just say it loudly. He's like, I don't care. He talked to somebody that was underage. I don't give a shit. And he's like, I'm done with him for life. So that's why a lot of people, they have that exact same mentality, because these people are making tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. They're not going to jeopardize that just to pedal to his, his mistakes. So it is what it is.
Give other streamers a chance. My goodness, I'm not talking about to the fans. I'm talking about the Twitch, because you know how Twitch operates. You go on Twitch and the first thing you see is some
is this
what?
Is this a Ed Underground plead for give other streamers a chance, like me, the Ed Underground? It's such a coincidence.
Well, yeah,
I'm a streamer.
one of them. Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
By the Ed Underground stream.
Yeah, Underground.
I'm not. I'm no
number one, the best in the world.
Saying.
Come to the
haters gonna hate.
I'm just saying. Yeah,
they're just salty.
Some haters in here. Yeah,
send the invite.
Yeah, send the invite. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Main character vibes, baby. I'm just saying, give up
baby.
But you know the difference.
Yeah, I don't play FPS games.
Well,
you have the chance. You have a chance. You don't do anything with it.
Oh, Daddy Darkside coming out with the heat. He said, "This is your fault."
Go on.
Underground. These, the specific people.
I'm not gonna rip one on you. Yeah, but go on. How so?
Yeah. That's fine. I got my setup.
Tear into him, man. Tear into him.
Well,
into him.
I give him a chance. Go on.
Well, these women that you are attacking.
Who said it? I didn't. Did I mention? Did I mention any gender?
No,
or
you
race
didn't mention any gender, but we all know what you're talking about.
We know.
Those people stream night and day. They make it their career. They grind. They grind whatever part of their body. They do. They work hard and they earn it. It's all about exposure. Literally, it's all about time. It's all about dedication. It's all about, variety, not just like streaming Dead by Daylight. I'm sure they, if they have a bikini on.
I'm definitely gonna rip you one. Go on.
You could be on the front page of Twitch right now. You could be on the front page of Twitch. Killer Instinct. We get a hot tub. You would be #1 streamer on Twitch right now.
Yes.
But I mean, seriously, come on, man. Look,
you're not grinding it. He's saying
you're not grinding. You don't grind.
You're not part of the grind, baby.
I'm definitely grinding.
You don't have
the
grind
mindset. You want me to grind
the grind mindset.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's
the grind mindset. I'm grinding. I'm just grinding on the things you want me to grind on.
That's the difference. You gotta grind on what
just
people
a grinder.
Watch.
That's all.
You gotta be grinding them things.
But anyways, what I was going to say is that there are certain people on Twitch who have high view counts. Of course.
Oh, that's it. You made him
rage quit, dude. What the hell? Good job.
You know what?
I'm used to it. The
salt.
Love the salt.
Oh, and he's back.
Your feelings.
He said he had to
don't care about your feelings.
Yeah, he said he had to reload real quick.
That's it. You burned them so bad. You have to rage quit.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, what I'm saying is on Twitch, the first thing you see is someone with the highest view count, and then you see everyone with the low view count, all the way at the bottom. You have to actually search for it. So the only way for a streamer who has low view counts is to get exposure, is to post on YouTube, is to post on TikTok or whatever platform there is out there now. Like there have been many, many times in the beginning of my Twitch beginnings, whatever you want to call it, lack of a better word, where I gotten 5 views, and then I post something on YouTube or TikTok and I get like 900 views, and I get people from that coming onto my Twitch to follow me. It's backwards though.
I'm sorry. Are we still on this?
Yes, we saw it.
Back out,
you
come back?
rage quit. You rage quit earlier, so I had to.
Let me try to reload the stream here. Let me try to reload the stream.
Yeah, you might be like 5 minutes behind.
Anyways.
Yeah, I tried really hard
Now,
to like.
on that note, what you're saying about the whole girl thing, whatever, yeah, Twitch does put them on front too. If Twitch took them off or lowered them, they would lose business. Obviously.
It would lose ad revenue, Ed.
Yeah. No, they would.
They would. It is. It is a business. Twitch is a business.
It sucks though because it's backwards.
It doesn't suck. It is a business.
Well, to be fair,
it does suck because to actually get known,
take a look at it,
you have to post on something else to bring them to Twitch.
Well, that's with anything, right? So, like, there.
But it shouldn't be like that because
it should be like that.
You're going on your competitor.
You're
going on your competitor's platform.
Yes.
Right, first stream I see.
YouTube is their competitor.
Streamer. He's male. He's a guy.
Yeah.
Is he in a hot tub?
Is he in a hot tub?
No, he is not. Nope. He's playing a modded version of. Nope. He's showing his hands. He's just showing his hands. Play the keyboard.
Oh, you're not making this enticing at all.
Oh yeah. Both hands. Both hands.
Yeah, both hands. Yep. Right. Second stream is just a guy dancing.
He's
DJing. He's DJing.
All right.
Third one is this one is a woman DJ.
Oh,
but
my name is
DJing.
Nayad.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep, I'm on. Yep.
Shame, right, Ed? Ed?
What?
Ed? What do you say about that?
She's not twerking.
She's not twerking. She's not twerking.
She's not twerking.
Ed?
My part, I was saying they bring up the people who have the most views first. Your part was saying that about the whole girl thing. Then I brought up your part, but I was talking about firsthand.
How many views? How many views do those people have?
I'm not looking on there, so I don't know.
1,000. Usually 1,000. 7. The lowest one I see is a VTuber, which is a woman. She has 733, so she's the lowest. But yeah, they're around.
The highest is 1.4K. There's 1,000.
Yes,
1,400.
So
and it's no hate to the people who have those views. What I'm saying is that this is Twitch, and you have to be known. You have to put on your other competitor, go on your other competitor, and post that stuff that was on Twitch to bring them to Twitch. It's kind of backwards.
Well, the thing is, at the end of the day, it's cross.
I don't know what Ed's talking about here.
Yeah, he's
talking about.
Let's say so. I posted.
No. Ed,
go on stream.
He's not asking you to clarify.
I'm confused.
I'm clarifying.
He's not asking you to. He's not asking you to clarify. He's saying.
He's saying that's a statement. I'll clarify for him anyway. I'll clarify for a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
I go live on Twitch. You will listen. I go live on Twitch, and then I post a clip from Twitch on the YouTube and or TikTok, and get more views and exposure on those platforms than I do Twitch. But what that does when I post those videos on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, some of those people are viewing come to Twitch to follow me, which is backwards because that's your competitor. You should be posting or making your people who are on Twitch.
I know what you said.
More exposure.
Yeah, I don't understand. Why is it backwards though?
Because that's your competitor. Twitch is competing with YouTube.
Okay, you're talking about YouTube?
Well, he's talking about.
I thought you said TikTok.
I said TikTok and YouTube.
He's talking about all the. Well, it is.
TikTok is not a competitor for Twitch. They're totally different brands.
Twitch just did an update with stories. Where did stories come from?
It's
Instagram.
I get you.
But that's as
totally
recently.
different. They're totally different brands.
If you go on the Twitch app, right now,
Jesus Christ,
they got this. You swipe up. Look at that. Where did that come from?
Yes, but Ed, that's
I don't know who's doing that right now.
But you're talking about something that is a recent development, and they developed that recently. Versus Twitch has been around since what? 2013.
Yeah,
2010?
they've been around for that long, and it's still
2011.
It's still difficult.
And so what are you complaining about?
It's difficult for a new streamer to be solely on Twitch to get exposure unless you have thousands of views.
He wants new organic views from Twitch.
Yes, but the problem, Ed, you have to realize
no twerking.
Who does that?
But the thing, I think you guys are missing the bigger picture. Ultimately, at the end of the day, Ed, you're saying that I should be able to organically grow, right? But the problem is this: Twitch right now, I'm looking at as of mid 2023 has 7.6 million active streamers. 7.6 million active streamers. Now,
Yes.
you want people to organically come to you to, one, watch your streams and so forth. But the thing is that, one, you don't stream consistently. Like, you want Twitch to give you a chance, right? You'd be like, oh, Dr. Respect, give me a chance. They should give me a chance to do so. You gotta be consistent. That's what Darkside was saying before.
Up until this year, since I started up until this year.
Started up this year, yes.
I used to actually be streaming every day.
Yes.
And that was a burnout. Then I went from every day to 3 days a week. And I was consistent on that. Whether it be 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. Hold on, I'm still talking. I was consistent with that.
You cut
3
me
days
off,
a week.
So is what it is.
I was consistent with that 3 days a week up until recently with
The statistics is that to be apparently the top 1% of streamers on Twitch, that you need to have at around anywhere from if you have 10 viewers consistently, and I think they said 10 viewers for a week or something like that consistently, then you're in the top 1%, right? So that's the thing.
Oh, I've had more than that.
So so right now, if you took your stream numbers that you've done for the past few years, you have technically been at the top 1%. Like, actually, here's actual numbers. This is from a third party group that pulled out API data. If you're between 0 to 5 viewers, you are in the lower 94.36%. If you have 6 to 10 viewers, you are in the 2.47%. If you have 11 to 25 viewers, you're at 1.67%. 26 to 50, you're at 0.65% of streamers in all of Twitch. So that was when 30 days. So this is data from 2 years ago for an aggregation of 30 days. So the thing is that at the end of the day, Ed, you are still in the top 1%. You said how many viewers you had at one consistently?
The
maybe 12?
highest.
Consistently.
32. Oh, consistently with KI. I mean like the 10s to 20s consistently.
Okay, so you're in the 10s and 20s. So you're in the top 1.67% of Twitch back then. And I think Twitch 2 years ago.
Still now.
So you still have. That was 2 years ago. So I think Twitch has dropped numbers since then. So ultimately, at the end of the day, you are still in the 1%, maybe 2% of Twitch streamers in the world. So at the end of the day, you're complaining about a problem that a lot of people don't have. You play a niche game overall that still gets pulls and views, and you're being seen. And that's for an inconsistent. I mean, right now you've been inconsistent for the past few months, but when you were consistently, you were getting some views. Now, when you have to do cross-section engagement between YouTube, Instagram, and so forth, there's nothing wrong with that. That's reaching out to a base where someone's scrolling Instagram. Instagram has a lot more users than Twitch does, so that gives you more exposure. Someone sees your stream and like, oh man, this guy's kind of funny. Let me go to his.
Isn't he doing that?
No. But that's what he's complaining about and saying that's messed up. But the thing is, there's nothing wrong with cross pollination and getting.
Oh, I didn't say
access.
anything was wrong with that.
No, you did say. You said that's wrong
with cross pollination. I'm saying what Twitch has been doing is not bringing people who have lower views to the Twitch audience to see for other people to see.
No, initially rewind the tape. You said it was wrong because you have to go to other places.
Yeah, it was backwards. Backwards.
Yeah, that's what you said was wrong. Yeah, you said it was backwards. Yeah. That's fine, but it's fine. You're doing well overall on Twitch.
When I post a video on YouTube, whether it be like my manga art stuff, I post stuff that on YouTube. My highest ones are in the thousands. I got 3 videos who are in 1,000 views.
Right.
YouTube alone, because YouTube pushes it out. Same thing with TikTok. One of my videos got 10 point something K views because TikTok pushes it out. I got views in 100.
But the content is different, Ed. You're not making KI mega milks.
Yes.
All right. Nobody's gonna watch that.
Well, no. The biggest difference is that you're not. But you're talking about taking a 2-hour stream, 3-hour stream, 4-hour stream, compare it to the brain rot of most people. They get the dopamine hit for watching these shorts because the manga milk stuff is shorts, right?
No, manga milk is like
mostly shorts,
at least 2-minute long stuff.
Shorts. I mean, that's
shorts are 60 seconds.
But you're comparing a 3-4 hour stream versus a 2-minute short or a minute short. It's not the same thing. It's like saying, oh well,
has a thing called clips. where you can post up to 30 seconds, I believe, or a minute.
They just started
I've
that.
done that. Yeah, just like they just started the stories too. That's all new.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because they see they see their competitors doing it. So they said, "Hey, we've been around longer than them. We should have done that a long time ago. That's a good idea. Let me take that."
I'll say this again. What is the point? What are you trying to say here? What the fuck are we talking about?
What I'm trying to say here
Can we get to the fucking review or something?
What I'm trying to say is what I said in the beginning.
Wait, how did we get here?
I have no idea what's going on.
It was talking about Dr.
You brought us
Dr.
here.
Disrespect.
You did.
Oh, this is about
you
Dr.
did.
Disrespect?
You brought it up.
Yes.
I was ready to get off Dr. Disrespect. No, we brought up Dr. Respect. You brought up the whole. You said
topic.
You literally
What's the next
said.
topic? Yeah.
No,
I said give other streamers a chance.
And then you went off. Then you went off on a tangent. So that was you.
You fools went on, and then I went along with it and made it better.
No one cares about. No one cares about
I
giving
didn't say
Dr.
anything. What did I do?
Yeah, no one cared about giving me a chance. I never said Dr. Disrespect. You should give a chance to bigger, smaller streamers.
No, I said give other streamers a chance.
Yes, and what did we say to trigger you off of that? And now going to this diatribe of this is what they should do better.
I don't know what you said, but whatever I said was correct.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Yeah, he's just talking.
And if
he's gonna continue on.
Whatever I said.
If you go on YouTube and type in how to grow your stream, a lot of YouTube content creators who are in that field of trying to grow your stream will say you gotta post things to other stuff because Twitch is not the best to get exposure, even though it's their job in a way.
Yes, we know you're upset about Twitch not being Instagram. We got it. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So moving on.
Go on,
so So last thing of news, really quick. PS5 Pro has been announced. PlayStation or Sony had a tech demo, I believe, on Tuesday, where they announced the PS Pro at $700, $699 for the penny pitchers out there. And yeah, PS5.
Save that penny.
Yeah, PS5 said lack of competition made it easier for them to run with the higher price. I don't know who all watched.
They're saying they have no competition.
Are they? Yeah, I think they literally said that they have
PS3 all over again.
At this point, they just pretty much walk up to like Xbox and slap them in the face.
Yeah,
They said they have no competition.
They literally did.
Ooh. Yeah,
damn.
It's over for Xbox.
Wait, we all know the truth. Damn. Xbox, when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox, the sales they never close. So I mean. Once again, never close. So
Ed, X gonna give it to you. Come on, X gonna give it to you, Ed.
I mean, what do you guys think about the
Xbox, baby?
What do you guys think of the price? What do you guys think about the price? And
this is the PS3 all over again. This isn't the PS.
Listen, I just overheard this fucking three bourgeoisie men over here talking shit about the common folk. For complaining about a $700 price tag.
Oh yes, I will say I specifically said like I mean I'm kind of interested in hearing what the peasants have to say about the poorest, the brokies.
Well, let me ask you this: what is the visual difference in this? Because I saw gameplay of this and it looks no different.
I mean, unless you obviously didn't have your glasses on. And you probably had your stream down to 420p. There was 1080p. That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. Is that
that is literally
the problem.
So
he's like, man, it looks like 1080p.
He turned it to 4K and it shut off.
4K
what fucking happened?
Exploded. 4K and it looks exactly the same. No different. No different. Wait, no. The only difference is there's no disk drive and no stand. But if you want to upgrade to that, you got to pay an extra $60-$80. So you're basically spending $780. That's not including tax.
Oh no,
yeah, not including tax. And plus, it does not come with the game. It does not come with the game, so you got to buy a game for it.
What?
No game.
Wait, is this the PlayStation era where does it come with games?
Hopefully, it comes with a controller. Hopefully,
how many controllers does it come with?
I don't know. That might be too much. That might be too much.
With the HDMI cable?
Wait a minute. You expect
to shell out $800
for
does.
controller?
Well, hope it does. That might be asking for too much.
Next is going to be like, electricity is not included with this. This is crazy. I have to power my own PlayStation.
Maybe
That's crazy.
Maybe at
And
this
I'm
rate.
with you.
Maybe
Fuck
at
these
this rate.
fucking bourgeoisie motherfuckers.
Maybe at this rate. I mean, do you really think this is going to sell a lot?
I'm sure
hold
the
on. I'm
enthusiasts-
talking about the people.
If you're asking me to place a bet, yes.
Yes.
Yes, I would.
It's funny how all of us are saying
I'm not
yes.
talking about.
It's like, let me clarify.
People who are going to
Is
flip
there a follow up bet?
I'm a
fellow
Xbox owner, and I love my Xbox and everything.
Mhm.
But come on, man, you know it's gonna sell like there's no tomorrow, and it's gonna be the same thing. They're not gonna make enough. People are gonna be hawking these motherfuckers for like $1,500 each. People are gonna be buying them like crazy. It always happens. It always works. It's a proven formula.
It got more down votes than up votes on YouTube. There's people on Twitter.
Then you got no problem, bud. Then you got no problem.
Hold on. There's people on Twitter and TikTok who are saying this is the dumbest decision. I'm not going to buy it. There's
Not Twitter.
That's usually where I get
Twitter.
my
Not Twitter. Oh no.
Yeah, my Twitter.
Twitter.
Okay, so let's make
Let's
make a bet right now. Let's make a bet right now then. What since we're also confident in our own opinions, right?
I'm not making a bet.
So
No,
what are we betting? After how many would you consider a success, like numbers wise?
Before you bet.
I'm not betting.
Just consider this. Remember the PlayStation Portal?
Oh, I forgot that thing even existed.
I forgot about it.
You forgot about it, but it's selling very well.
I
never hear about it.
Yeah, it is selling very well. I guess they don't know about it on TikTok, but they're making money on it a lot.
I haven't heard about it.
Oh, you haven't heard about it? All right. Well, I mean,
normally when something is doing very well, you would hear about it from some kind of source.
Yes. Normally,
all right. Well, you could look up the news. The news will tell you that, but
wait. This is news. Ed, let's be realistic.
I'm not saying it's selling or not. I'm just saying I haven't heard of it.
Yes, in a long time. No one doubts that you read the news.
I haven't looked at the headline. Hey,
I haven't read it. I haven't looked at the headline. I don't think it's real.
If it's not on Instagram, it's not my favorite Mind Block and Roblox channel.
I mean,
don't
that
know.
is your game. That is your game.
Sure. It doesn't bother me. It's not like a diss. PlayStation Portal remote player is the best selling. Hey, you're throwing rocks and you're just constantly missing. Just please stop.
Twinkle toes.
Don't throw rocks, I throw boulders. Booyah, baby. Best in the world. Go on.
Jesus Christ.
It just gets worse. PlayStation Portal is the best selling game accessory of 2024 so far, according to the top video game analysis firm. And that's funny. So the thing is, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not going to use you and your TikTok investigatory skills to dictate or try to predict.
Next time I'll use your role.
You don't trust
next time I'll use your Roblox skills. Yeah, help me make an account because I never played it before. But go on.
What?
Yeah, made perfect sense. All right, so what are we talking about right now? The Xbox, the PlayStation.
PlayStation
is crazy.
So I think
it could have been $900, and it's gonna sell out.
Even the PlayStation 3, as many people complain about it and is trying to make jokes of it, that thing was sold out for I don't know how long. And the thing is, PlayStation 4, the exact same way.
PS3 run was doing pretty bad up until the very tail end of the year.
They've done that. Remember when the first time they introduced like the $400 price point? They stopped being the affordable guys after PlayStation 2, okay? And then they were pretty comfortable, and they've been telling everyone ahead of time. It's not like they, just pop it on you. They let you know ahead of time. Hey, this is what we're looking at. This is the price point to get you ready.
PS3
and
was
people
higher
buy it.
than 360, and 360 was like that was their year. That was Xbox's year.
Yes, PlayStation 3.
The $5.99 incident, right? That's what
he's he's talking about the $5.99 incident, but it still sold more than the 360.
Who was doing better, 360 or PS3 that era? It was 360.
PlayStation 3.
It was 360.
PlayStation has every year.
PS3 more than the Xbox 360.
No,
Yeah, Xbox.
people
And
tell
so you keep saying
tales
you
about
say
the 360.
we're talking about analysis, actual data
People
firms.
tell
We
tales.
get it. We get it. You like to
Legends
just
have been spoken of the 360
you pick out
era.
one article and be like, people have said that the Haitians are eating dogs. Like, it's crazy over here. Like, we get it. Ed.
Do you want to bet? Do you want to bet?
No, I'm
He
not
doesn't
betting
bet.
anything.
Of
I'm
course.
saying that
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
360 did
360
better.
was fine, but the
Yes.
PS3 blew it out of the water.
It blew out of the
When
wire.
you look at the numbers, they blew it out of the water.
Yes.
It just sold
But
more.
you know, but Ed's gonna say, can you trust the numbers? Can you really trust it though?
All right, so just to get serious about it, Ed's talking about the price. The price is high, right? We understand that, okay?
Right,
But here's the
It's too darn
difference.
high.
The difference is that Xbox already created this scenario when they released a Series X next to a Series S. So they created this double higher price point, and now PlayStation is just taking it to the next level. It's not a requirement, but will people buy it? A lot of people will buy it. And another point somebody brought up was that Grand Theft Auto is going to be releasing on consoles exclusively. It won't be on PC when it first comes out. This will be the best, highest form of fidelity to play it, unless Xbox Series X2 comes out, which I'm sure it is, and that'll also be expensive.
Yeah,
you
they're
know?
gonna have to.
Escalation.
Everything is getting
$700?
expensive.
Course,
Materials
of
are getting
course.
expensive.
And this
They've
isn't
already-
Sony's first time doing this, right? Like we've had the PS4
They've been doing
Pro
this for a while.
as well.
Yeah.
Right? So I
Yeah.
expect it to sell just as much as that did.
The PS4 Pro
Yeah.
sells like hotcakes too. So
Well,
like,
how
this is
many
just the next
how
level.
many consoles from the beginning of what Nintendo up until this very moment has cost $700?
I mean,
Wait,
for
what-
inflation, you can go back and
Yeah,
there's stuff
How
that's
many?
costing a lot of money.
$700?
How many?
But the
All right,
thing-
wait, hold on. Ed. What was your
The
question?
console by itself. How many consoles? Consoles.
There's
not
been
PC.
plenty. I can think of one right now, which is the Neo
I'm trying
Geo.
to think of it too.
Virtual Boy was
which
very
was
expensive.
It was like over
$1,500 back
it was like
in the
over
day, which by
$1,000.
today's
Yes.
would have been
Yeah.
How did
ridiculously
that go?
expensive.
How did that go?
It failed, but the thing is that we're coming into the market fresh. PlayStation is
Neo Geo has
it's
no
been
brand.
gradual. It's been
Yeah.
gradual. It's not like they're trying to charge you $1,500 for the console. It's a gradual price increase, whether you like it or not. What's going to happen is going to happen with everything.
Mhm. It's the same argument you make for the Series X, bud. You know, like all the games.
$700.
But it's
Series X and Series S is not $700.
Okay,
Most of them are
$700
PC at this point.
Sure. Well, for you, you're saying $700. For somebody else, that Series X is a bigger price point for someone who can't afford it.
Who has Elon Musk money. Yeah, that's like pennies. Yeah, sure.
No. I'm
And
talking about
their kid, like, hey, mom and dad, can I get a PlayStation Pro? Sure, here's 5.
I don't think it's aimed at those people though. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
not
it's
what we're
really
talking
aimed at
about, bud.
those consumers, you know?
Yeah.
I think the PS5 Pro, yes, it's aimed at like the enthusiast, the person who wants those high
serious.
It's the premier game system. Just like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Xbox, that stupid super overpriced controller, right? That they sell.
Hold on for a second.
It's meant for people that want like a nice controller or whatever.
How much?
It's not meant for the average consumer.
How much is the average top tier phone right now? Cell phone. The top tier cell phone.
That's 12 to 14. That's a whole lot different.
That is
over 1,000 easy.
That is in everybody's pocket and everybody pays. Payment plans.
Okay, all right. This is
not different.
This is where I'm gonna get.
Yeah, that's a whole lot. You could a soccer mom will get that phone. You won't. A soccer mom won't get a PS5 Pro for themselves.
Ed, this is
not for soccer moms, man.
Hold on. Ed, I think you have a weird. I think you have a weird thinking of money.
Phones are for everyone.
I don't think you understand money.
Have a phone.
Ed, I don't think you understand money. I think you think money is. You think like you're looking in terms of maybe you're comparing it to.
You just compared phones to.
Ed, just
what are you talking about?
Ed,
you just compared phones to consoles.
Ed, can you just listen? Just listen,
buddy.
Ed, just listen.
You not just compare phones to consoles.
Ed, we got it. Yes, just listen.
All right, so what are you talking about then?
Because if you can actually listen.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, like he's really triggered. He's really triggered by this.
Ed, please just listen to him though.
Yeah,
no, I'm not triggered. I'm just saying you all said.
All he does is talk.
How about just an average phone people use? Oh, $1,000. Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, well, basically, it's obviously it's like a luxury item, right? It's the same reason why not everybody is driving
He acts like
Lamborghinis and not everyone's driving like Paganis.
He acts
you
like
don't
this
see
is
like
a necessary thing. This is not
yeah,
necessary.
it's not necessary. And if we're being honest, video game systems are not a necessary thing.
No. Well,
you can live a very happy life without it. So it's a luxury in itself, and then on top of it, you're getting an extra luxury, which is the Premier system.
But here, I'm asking you a question.
I get
what was
that,
the original? What was the original cost of a Nintendo? Dark side. What was 300? How much was a Nintendo?
Someone on the street who has no home to live in have a cell phone.
Ed, you're just talking, dude. Just can you let someone else talk, please? Just please.
Sure, go ahead.
You're just talking. How much was the original Nintendo console? Does anybody take a guess?
$60 probably.
300
back in the day. I don't know what the inflation is for today.
No, we're not talking about inflation. What was the price of a Nintendo console?
$600.
$199.99.
300.
What's it? 200?
$305. $6.22. How much does a Nintendo
without inflation, right?
Without inflation. With inflation, how much does Nintendo cost today?
400 maybe.
$873.92. So the thing is,
Nintendo Switch?
No, a Nintendo.
The original
NES. NES, bro.
Yeah, this is why I'm saying you don't have a real grasp of what money is. You think that you say, $699 is a lot of money for a console, which in anybody's right, it could be for a lot of people it is. But the thing is that the consoles throughout time, when counted for inflation, have been at the PlayStation 5 Pro or higher, and with less fidelity to what it is today. Now, granted, technology increases. Just listen. I know you're boiling in your head. There's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of numbers running around. You can't understand it. But the thing is that you're talking about the money today. You're comparing literally apples to apples, right? If you take apples of a Nintendo back in the day to what it would cost today, which is and for inflation, and if you roll it back today to that time, this would have been expensive as you would think of yourself today buying a Nintendo. That's the latest technology, an NES for $800. You will have the same thing. So it's not like this is a new thing by Sony and by Microsoft and so forth. Microsoft takes the consoles. So Microsoft takes they already talked about this. We've talked about this before. These companies take a hit on consoles. They're not making major profit on consoles. They push the games and the services to get money. That's where the majority of the money come from. Now, with the increase of technology, they are going to charge a bit more. So they're not taking as much loss, but it's still not absorbent comparatively to older consoles. The older, even consoles back, like the Neo, like I brought up before, Virtual Boy, $336 in 1995. Let's say $370 in 1995 to today.
Okay.
What would you think how much that would be the equivalent of?
Wait, hold on, Ed. Do you understand inflation?
No, I understand inflation, but
okay, you understand what he's telling you. The value of a dollar.
The value of a dollar.
So things have gone up. Like a dollar menu is now what, $5? The dollar menu is gone. Everything's gone up. I get that. Obviously, I get that.
So how much does a Virtual Boy cost?
Why won't they do that now then? How come Nintendo...
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? Oh, Jesus.
Hold on. Ed, wait, hold on.
He doesn't understand it. He doesn't understand it.
No, I understand it.
You don't
understand it.
You wouldn't ask that question. You wouldn't ask that question.
Has gone up. Xbox price has gone up, but not to a ridiculous $700 up.
Ed, you do not understand. If you have to ask that question, that means you don't understand inflation and what that means for consoles and the value of a dollar today.
I do.
We literally just talked about.
They take a loss when they lower their price like that.
Ed, hold on. Ed. Okay, so you understand the concept of inflation. He just said the NES would have cost $800 in the equivalent of that time. All right, that's a lot of money, right? The value of it. So if you're talking about why doesn't Nintendo do it, whatever the equivalent of at that time the predecessor for Nintendo, let's say, I don't know, the Atari or something, would have been the comparable lesser entry video game console. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we have that same situation now. The people who wanted to buy the Nintendo back in the day were paying the equivalent of $800 today. So all we're saying is the market has always been there. It's always been there to get the cutting edge, high end thing. You could go for the Atari or you could go for this 8-bit NES. They paid $800 for the 8-bit NES. They're doing it today calling it the PS5 Pro. It's always been there. I get it. It's a lot of money now. It was a lot of money then. It doesn't matter, and it's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of money in 10 years. Or not 10 years, but like, whatever the equivalent is, we're going to have a $1,200 console. We're going to have, it's going to happen. Well, because the the value of money is changing. Like you said, the dollar menu is gone. It's the $5 menu, right?
Yeah.
And then it's going to be the $10 menu. So the value is changed. So
yes.
a $1,200 console will be something different. It's crazy for us to think about, but it might be something that, you digest at that time. But anyways, it is digestible. This console, it's up there, but you better believe people are going to buy it. They're going to get payment plans like they did probably for the Nintendo and go broke or save money like kids used to back in the day to buy a console.
Well,
I mean, our grandmas or Christmas presents, this shit's going to happen. You know what I mean?
I've also noticed that it seems like credit is more easily accessible to everyone. So on most websites, when you're checking out, it even says, hey, even if it's that 800 whatever, split this into,
I've heard about
however
that.
many
like
monthly
Klarna
payments
like
of $100,
Yeah,
Affirm or whatever it's called.
Really sketchy
so
to me.
Well, they're making it as easy as possible to take that.
They make it easy, and
right.
there has to be a catch.
Right.
No one just gives you free
five easy payments of $29.99.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's
this. All right, hold on. But I want to ask though, Chu, before full real talk though, for those of us who can't afford it, does this offering from Sony look enticing to you? Like, did that show?
I'm a Sony fan. Like, I've bought every PlayStation console. I think they're the best. They are the best at what they do. I have no interest in buying this.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe one day, but I'm not interested.
Because I felt the same way initially, because one of the criticisms was that a lot of the games that they showed were games that have already been out already, right? They didn't show really anything new, but the graphics and everything, the technical aspects, right, naturally looked very impressive. But no, I felt the same way. But when you said GTA 6, I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe for that moment, that could sell me on, like, you know what? I'll pull the trigger. I've bought stuff for less.
I don't think necessarily for graphics, but if they can do a demo on GTA 6 and they push not the graphics, but the computing power of that engine running on the PS5 Pro in real time, the size of that city, simultaneous, like all that shit happening at once. If they could really push it to show you that your PS5 and your Xbox cannot give you this level of immersion,
right?
Which, let's face it, the hype level for GTA 6 right now is pretty astronomical and possibly unattainable. So you may need something like this to just like to have the computing power to pull that off. Like I say, it's more like I don't know if you all know how great I am with movie graphics, CG. You know my eye.
Yes.
Which I don't have. So for me, I'm more impressed by the like refresh rates and like the ability for them to render like stuff simultaneously in games. The game engine to do something cool within the game, like GTA 5, when you were able to switch between characters, that blew my mind. That literally blew my mind. And it was so slick and smooth, and the characters were all engaged in other activities at the same time. You know what I mean? So like that was a cool concept. Now, whatever that, I'm not an engineer for video games, but whatever that idea is, take it to the next level with that power. I don't know what that looks like, but that is fun with capital F. But that's, if they can make it appealing, that would work.
Yeah, I mean, GTA 6 is a meme right at the moment, right? And
it is for sure.
All on the internet is a meme. Like, we got this before GTA 6, GTA 6, GTA 6.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody got sued by Rockstar for leaking GTA 6 early. I mean, it's becoming a big deal. I mean, when GTA 5 came out, it was the fastest grossing. It was the first company I think made $1 billion in 24 hours, something like that.
It
solidified the video game.
media. I don't know the word, but it's the biggest media, like
Media.
like
Well,
movies,
solidified media.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That solidified video
Storytelling.
games because everybody, even from back in the 90s to here, people always looked at video games as a wasted media. But now we see that video games are a very viable source of income and revenue for these companies. So, no, GTA 6 is huge. Really quick, I wanted to ask you guys, just so that we can, further put into our brains how expensive consoles are and how they always been, because Ed brought up a point about when did Nintendo do this, or why aren't consoles more expensive for Nintendo? But also I did inflation for an Atari as well. So an Atari came out in 1977, was worth brand new $179.99 in 1977. Take a guess at how much it would cost today to buy the exact same system brand new if it was translated into 2024. Take a guess.
What? $1 billion.
Laughing and rich.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to take a guess?
500.
There you go. Wait, what was the value? What was the value?
$179 in 1977. How much would it cost today?
Oh, fucking that. Okay, $1,200. Fucking.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably like 2,000 or something.
Oh, you guys are shooting for the moon. Ed, you said Ed said 500. $948.65.
I was pretty close.
You were not too bad. You were not too bad.
Yeah.
So that's how inflation.
Close.
But now that's for Atari. Now let's talk about.
Have you seen a fucking Atari though? That shit is state of the art.
It was state of the art.
Exactly.
1997, it was.
Have you played Pong? That was they went from fucking board games to fucking Pong.
Absolutely.
That was worth.
It was worth it back in the day.
That melted their brain.
It really did.
On the TV. Fucking.
All right, so now this is a Nintendo one, and a recent Nintendo one, and for the Wii U, which came out in it was like 2013. How much? The Wii U came out at $465.12. That was the original MSRP for it.
The Wii U. You're talking about
Wii U.
Now I seem to recall the Wii U got a little slack for its pricing. It was a little expensive, correct? Am I wrong?
It was a little expensive, but
it got a little beat up for being expensive for Nintendo, right?
For Nintendo,
Am I
yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, right?
The Wii U was the most expensive console per its time,
right?
By far,
Nintendo.
For Nintendo.
But even when that price tag was announced, I saved up and got it myself. I wasn't like, oh crap, this is way too much. I said, oh, it's a little bit more, but I can do it.
Sure,
you can do it.
Yeah,
you can do it.
But
how much?
If it was at a $700 price tag, I would say no. I'm not getting that. Look, Nintendo, I'm a fan of you guys, but no.
Oh,
that's way too much.
In today's dollar, how much would a brand new MSRP Wii U cost?
Well, thankfully, it won't be at $700.
It's creeping up there. $621.
$621?
$621 for a Wii U.
Thankfully, it won't get it like that.
But see, Ed, the thing is, you're saying that once again, this is inflation. You're saying that now.
I just said
but back then,
Nintendo,
it was the equivalent.
I just said Nintendo back then. I saved up for it and I was able to do it. But I also said if it was $700, no.
So you shouldn't have bought it then. But what'd you do? You ended up saving for it, right?
It wasn't at $700.
I don't think he understands.
He doesn't understand. Oh, he doesn't.
What I'm saying is anything beyond $500 is like, come on, you guys are.
But Ed,
and it doesn't come with
dark side. There's no point in arguing.
Things that you need to do, or it doesn't come with.
No, this is not about the fucking podcast anymore. This is about survival. We got it, Ed. You need to know this. We have to go offline and explain this to you. It costs money, bro.
He doesn't understand it. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I understand it.
I understand it. No, you don't. You have proven it several times
I
ago.
Go back in time and Nintendo.
It's like if I take my money today and I go back in time, I could easily afford it. It's not a problem.
No,
it's counter inflation.
Is that if a Nintendo console, if the Wii U is $700 or more than that? No, I'm not getting it. I'm not gonna sell it for it.
And are you
At
saying
the
you have a
at
time
the
machine?
at the Xbox Series X was $600-$700. No, I'll
All
stick
right,
with
well,
my.
All right, guys. Well, I'm
There you
done
have
talking.
it.
I'm done
There
talking
you have it.
poor language. Let's talk about.
Uh,
Yeah, let's get off this brokey language. Green
Yeah,
Turner,
yeah.
hey, you freaking brokey.
Whether I'm broke or rich, I wouldn't buy it.
Green Turner,
Ed,
you damn
his main
broke.
man.
You main man. Yeah, you got it, man.
Hey, man.
All right.
Inflation is a myth. It's a myth.
All right.
It is.
Yeah, let's move
I
on.
understand.
I'm getting brain rot listening to it.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
psyops by the reptilian elite.
Yeah,
Ed,
right.
you should work for the fucking Democratic Party. Fucking just get it out there. Like there is no inflation.
I want Ed, I really want if Ed can work for the IRS. I feel like all our debt would just be wiped out instantly overnight. Like I did the math
Main
and
character, baby.
everything balanced out. Yep, done.
Main character, baby.
Only
No, I
two.
don't care.
Baby.
Certainly is.
Oh, we haven't
Certainly
been
is.
reading it.
All
Oh, we haven't been reading the chat really quick. So
Lord.
Oh, you can read the chat, but when I
Read the
type it in
chat.
there, you're not gonna read anything. Huh?
Yeah, maybe we should skip the chat on this one.
yeah,
Huh.
I feel like there's some good comments in here.
Yeah,
I'm not
we'll
even
talk- we'll
reading
read
it
it.
because it's not on right now.
Hey,
but
hey,
if
hey,
I type in something,
Hey, Flojo. So Flojo says, "What came first, the thirst or the thirst trap?" I think this was talking about our Twitch conversation, and the thirst has always been there. Then the trap came because they knew it was a profitable business. If I knew I
Exactly.
could make millions of dollars, being in a bikini in a hot tub, trust me, you will have. I mean, everything.
My
I'll
OS
bust it
would be
open.
everywhere.
For
Hey,
sure,
link
yeah.
in
that's
bio.
that's
Yeah,
why
link in
Twitch-
bio.
Do that.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah,
why
link
in bio
Twitch
for
puts that on their front page also.
Like my link tree.
Yeah,
I'll
link
be
tree,
on it.
baby, link tree all day. You want to see them spicy pics? Come to here if you really want to know me.
And that's why Twitch puts it on there.
So,
What?
No, I'm saying that's why Twitch leaves those
Bandito, why?
those streamers who have those
Bandito.
links on there.
Why
That's
did
what
you do
I'm
that?
saying.
Knowledge is power.
Okay.
Knowledge is
Okay.
power.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we
All
got
right.
it.
Everyone
Even if
nod.
it's stupid knowledge.
Everyone nod.
Well,
Yeah, we got it.
Well, it's like this
Everyone
also. Don't you guys
nod.
remember when
damn it,
OnlyFans
Bandito.
wanted to take off the adult
Sex,
links or
they
whatever?
didn't want sex workers on. Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't want it on there. And then when that announcement came up,
Backfired.
people were it backfired because if they did that, they will lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Same thing with Twitch. If Twitch takes down all of those
But they
bikini
did though. So
streamers,
they didn't take them down. They have moved them though to like
Yeah.
a different stream.
they have
moved
its
them to a
own
different
category. Its own
Yeah.
category, yeah. But it's still if you go on
Yeah.
Twitch, no, with a new account, you go on there, new account.
I don't think so anymore. I
No,
don't.
'cause
I think they changed it. I think they changed it recently.
Nope, I have two Twitch accounts. One for Underground and for my testing channel.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh god, no, for my
Okay.
testing channel.
Trust it. Oh,
No, because
That's
testing
account.
account.
before I go
Incognito.
live, I test my stream to see if it's actually working and stuff like that. Instead of like going on my main account to blow up people's phones saying, "Hey, I'm testing something live," and people got annoyed with that. So, like, I have another account with I don't follow anyone on there. I go on there, bikini streamers, and people who have lots of views doing whatever. That's all it is. You take that down, you take the bikini streamers down, Twitch loses a lot of money. It's the same thing with OnlyFans.
And it's
You
like
take
so,
that
man.
down.
Gotta
It
get
does.
sexy
said,
to get
well
paid.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
You got to go where their money is,
said,
apparently.
well said.
So,
You know what also sells?
Mm.
Yeah.
Box office money because
yes.
Beetlejuice returned to the
Beetlejuice.
box office, made a
Beetlejuice.
lot of money.
it did?
Fuck. Made a lot of money.
Made a
eh?
lot of money. Yeah.
Did it?
He's back. Beetlejuice is back.
The juice is
Michael-
back, baby.
Michael
back.
Keaton
The juice is loose.
The
as
juice
you
in his
is
said.
loose.
rawest form, in its prime still.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Beetlejuice came out. The long-awaited follow-up, I guess, legacy sequel. It's not. It's a sequel.
It's a sequel, yeah.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel. And the entire cast, almost the entire cast, is
Almost.
back. You guys are big fans of the original Beetlejuice? Like,
No.
I mean, no.
I feel like I was. I think I was. I would
Yeah.
say
I
feel
liked
like I
it, but I
remember
wasn't like
enjoying it.
crazy about it.
Yeah. right.
Yeah.
I couldn't like recite lines.
I-
Like, maybe a couple, but like yeah, you know.
I liked the Beetlejuice movie, but
Mhm.
I don't even know if you guys remember this. There was a Beetlejuice cartoon back in the day. I watched a lot
I
of that Beetlejuice
love
cartoon.
the
Yeah,
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice cartoon.
Right?
Yes, I used to
The
I
love
Beetlejuice
that.
cartoon?
love
Yeah.
the cartoon is something
Yeah.
different.
Yeah,
Something 100% different. Yeah.
that's our generation. That's a little bit us old heads would remember
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Beetlejuice cartoon. But
Y-
yeah, I really like I remember like I may have watched the movie when I was younger, but that cartoon was way more prevalent. And then later on, oh look, Ed's on
Hey,
stream.
hey.
Or
Oh, Ed's again on
Yeah.
stream.
Oh man.
Oh
Yeah,
my
wow.
goodness.
Oh, so cool.
Where's the,
Ed, you
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
Hey
The
guys,
juice. The
hey,
juice is loose.
the juice is loose. See,
Yes.
yeah, wow. Ed Underground just put on
Ah.
a Beetlejuice t-shirt.
Yeah.
Pretty cool t-shirt.
Purple and
Yes.
black tie-dye.
It's like tie-dye. It's
tie-dye.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I like the
Yeah.
logo on the back. Not crazy about the giant face in the front though.
Yeah, I don't like this face, but
Yeah,
I think it's fine.
only
It's
Toe
fine.
said different shirt, same beanie. Ed
Oh,
keeps
Oli is still
emphasizing-
here?
Yeah,
I
he's
thought he
still
got
here.
swallowed. My fault.
no,
Go on.
he did
Ooh.
not. Whatever that means. He
Oh,
he
did not
should
get
have.
swallowed.
He should have. Come on.
Oh, I see.
All right,
Okay,
all
cool.
right. Ed,
Right.
Ed, were you a Beetlejuice fan from back in the day, or we were
Oh,
just
yeah.
talking about the cartoon? Did you watch the cartoon when you were a kid?
Yes, I used to love the cartoon when I
What
was a
you
kid.
prefer? Which did you prefer?
The movie or the cartoon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you were a kid. When you were a
Oh,
kid.
that goes hand in hand because I like both equally.
Nah, don't
okay.
give me that halfway.
No, well, I'll say
answer.
this: if I didn't watch the
Portion.
movie, I don't think I would have liked the cartoon
Oh,
because
okay.
I
I'm
love
pretty
them.
sure. I'm pretty sure. Like I
That's
didn't see
fine.
the full movie
Which one
until
did you?
after.
Which one do you prefer? Is my question. Not why one was successful.
It has nothing to do with being successful. You mean
All
the old
right.
movie and the cartoon? No, do you
God,
mean
you're
the old
so.
movie and the cartoon?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm saying if I didn't see the movie,
I don't care. I'm just
I'm
saying
not
which one
talking about
did you prefer?
success.
It's a simple question.
It's difficult because I
Why
like
is
both.
even this hard for you to answer?
Because I like both.
This is like the most innocent question I could have ever asked you.
God,
like
he
both.
likes both. Like Green
What's wrong
Turtle,
with liking
shut
both?
let the man like both.
Yeah, can I like well?
Porque no los
He loves
Yeah.
what he loves. I mean, love rules. He loves both.
True.
love rules. Love
True.
rules, guys.
What?
Yes.
True.
Yeah, no, the
I do not. But
The
go
cartoon
on.
was way better. I'll be
the
honest.
Cartoon
I
was
love
way
the
better.
cartoon.
The cartoon was
Yeah.
fun. The cartoon was
Yeah.
fun.
Cartoon was fun.
It was like nice and creepy and freaky, and they pushed it enough where they gave you like little like horror things, like weird monsters
Yeah.
and like
Yes.
kind of dark themes, but it was
Yeah.
like coated in the goofiness of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I remember like the Beetlejuice movie was a little bit. There are parts of it that scared me.
Mm-hmm.
The original Beetlejuice movie when I saw it as a kid, there are parts that did scare me. And yeah, it was supposed to move. Supposed to move. What I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Bitch ass.
fucking-
Bro, I
There's
bet
a
you
part-
a bitch was
There's a
crying.
There's a part where she pulls her face off. That was traumatizing as. You know what I'm talking about? When she's in the
Wow.
closet.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
that
It
is right, yes.
fucked me
The
up.
shit is
Yeah.
scary.
Her and her
I
I didn't
husband.
see it
everyone up.
scary at all.
You talking when they
I didn't see
both
it
my
scary
God.
at all.
when
Look,
they both
look.
pull their faces, right? That's what you're talking about when they both shape their
No,
faces.
no. That is also fucked up. I'm
No
talking
one's
about when
too, yeah.
she's in the closet.
She's hanging
hung,
and she
Oh,
grabs
yeah,
her
yeah.
face and
and
pulls
then
up
she
and then like
pulls
you
it up,
see-
and there's
Yeah.
like blood and like
Yeah.
this is something that only the 90s kids will understand.
loved
that
it.
they showed us shit
90s?
and they
Mhm.
slapped a PG.
80s.
I was
Yeah,
I
whatever.
was
It
talking
came
to
out
my
in the
wife about
it
this.
came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Didn't it come
Did
out in
you
the
guys
90s or
grow
it
up
came out in the 80s?
watching?
80s.
Did you
80s.
guys grow up
80s,
watching
yeah.
the original
Big fan.
Halloween?
Halloween? Yes.
Halloween.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like
but
as a
also
child
scared me.
at
Yeah.
home.
That was
Yeah, that's
scary.
scary.
That
Yeah,
was
that was
Like
scary.
I don't know why that is, but everyone like growing up, like with their mom or family members would watch Halloween, the movie about this guy stalking a teenager trying to murder her. Well, everyone was cool with it. It was like, all right, yeah.
I have-
So, yeah,
I
it makes
have it-
sense.
I have a distinct memory, and I remember, and I was very young, watching Silence of the Lambs with my mom, and I was terrified. And that bathtub scene at the end,
Mm,
it is seared in my mind. Like
mm,
Why
that-
were you
the dead
watching
Scary
that?
back then.
mm.
I have it.
As
I
a
don't know. It
kid.
was a different.
It was a
different time. The
Back-
parents
What
back
about
then did not give a
the-
shit.
These
Yeah,
kids
they didn't
don't.
give a
These
shit.
kids
scene?
can't
What
handle
about
it
the mirror
now.
scene? Did you see the mirror scene
Huh?
where it had his
I
dick
don't
tucked
remember
in
it.
between his legs?
I didn't understand that, but it did things to me.
Woo.
Oh, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
Blur
I like
podcast gone sexual.
what is going on?
But yeah,
These
no,
kids
I
can't
mean,
handle all that stuff now. These
it's
kids
not
are.
so
Yeah,
much.
they
It's
can.
not so. It's not so
No,
much
they-
the kids.
There's
They
so
get
much
worse.
horrible stuff online. What are you talking about? Every
Yeah,
other day, I'm
yeah.
like around kids,
Yeah.
like, yeah, there's this cartel video of someone like getting their face like cut off and stitched onto whatever. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
There's,
and-
I had no access
Yeah,
to
it's
that
not-
these
at
kids,
that age.
these kids have
I'm not
access.
talking about real stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that are movies and TV. Well,
All that
basically
shit is
What?
online, though. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
there's way
and,
worse stuff online at the
Yeah,
access
there,
of all these
there
kids.
is way stuff online. I'm talking about not the
Yeah.
real stuff, though. I'm not talking about real stuff.
But-
real
Yeah, but
They
they're
can
seeing the
handle
real
the
stuff. We
stuff.
didn't even watch the real stuff.
No,
Yeah, we
I'm
never
sure
watched
some
it.
of you guys watched some of the real stuff too. I'm
No,
sure.
I
At
was-
least
how?
one of
How
you.
would you-
We didn't have
How
internet
would you?
back
one
then.
of
How?
you.
How would you watch the real stuff?
We didn't have internet back then.
Yeah,
I'm
how?
talking
No,
when internet did become a thing, I'm sure someone on here watched the real stuff. I won't say who.
yeah, but we're not talking about the internet era. We're talking about before
we're talking
that.
about,
Before,
current
you said
I know,
generation.
but back then that was the internet era. It was either television or movies. Video games weren't there yet, but it was either
Right,
TV
but
or
they
movies.
they have all that shit now and then some is what
and a
we're
whole
saying.
lot
So
worse.
kids-
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
so
they can-
kids
they can
today
handle
are they can't handle it. It's the parents we're talking about. The parents were
Mhm.
way looser back in the day. They didn't give a
Yes, they
shit. They would
were.
show you whatever. Parents
Heck yeah.
today
Love
Yeah.
it.
are
Dude,
they
you
they
guys
want
ever
to
have
think.
like just
Yeah.
go out and be
Pansies.
like, hey, see you, and just fucking leave. You would literally
Leave.
just leave your
Yep.
house
Leave.
Yeah.
and then come back like when the sun came
Came
down.
down.
Yeah.
And just- yeah.
They didn't know
Nobody
what
gave a
was going on.
shit.
They're like, hey, all right,
Yeah.
I'll see you in 8 hours. Goodbye.
Yeah,
You just go out
bye.
playing. They wouldn't know where you were at. They couldn't find out. And if you didn't come home that night, they're like,
All
the killer had an 8-hour lead.
all they cared about was you needed to be home by the time it
Or
was dark.
Dark, yeah.
Before sundown. Before the
The
lights
lights
come on.
came on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lights come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then at that time, nobody knew where your kids were. There was no cell phones. You just they
Yeah.
better be here by the time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
trust
And
that's what
I
I'm saying.
remember my mom standing in the doorway, pissed off because it was dark and the lights were on,
Yeah.
and I knew I fucked up.
Yep.
I knew.
Well, as I was saying, like if you got kidnapped as a kid when we were younger,
Mhm.
the
It's
killer
your fault.
got an 8-hour head start. Where they're 8 hours away in another town, another city,
Yeah.
another state, and they're
They
just
know
finding out.
Amber Alert.
Yeah,
know
they're Amber
Alert's
Alert.
going off for those kids.
Yeah, they got to wait for the paper publication to go out, and
Yeah,
then
you-
and
They
then
go on the
pass-
milk carton.
Yeah,
Fucking milk
exactly.
carton.
Like it was pretty bad.
Could I be
Um,
wrong that there was less technology and stuff back then, but yet less problems? And now that like there's everything out now and there's more problems.
No,
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 statistically,
no.
we're the
No.
safest we've ever been.
It's
Yeah.
just your
It's just the
perception,
safe.
Ed. Yeah,
Well, that's what I
you're
said.
just-
We're at the worst we've ever been. That's what I'm saying.
No,
no,
No.
it's-
No,
it's-
no.
that's
No,
way-
no more.
Oh no!
statistically,
Stop!
no.
Stop!
Okay,
This
all
is
right.
inflation all over again. Ed, you did
Yeah, that's
stop
true.
doing this,
Come
man.
on.
yeah.
Fucking
All
Beetlejuice.
All right,
what do you
Beetlejuice,
guys,
Beetlejuice.
All right,
think
give me your
of
Blurries.
That was scary.
Well, but
That
before
was
we
scary.
get to Blurries,
All right.
Well,
so-
we can't-
Blurries,
we didn't
we hadn't even
we
discussed
didn't
the film.
We didn't even
Yeah.
get to the fucking movie yet.
yeah, just talking about let's Blurries. Let's get out of here.
Back to
my
the
God.
question: that what was better, the movie
He
or
was
the
ready to
cartoon?
end it all. He's like,
Whatever.
fuck
Wait, Ed,
this.
you're still on this question? We answered this.
No, I'm just going back to it because that's where we left off.
Yeah, we're moving. We're moving on.
child.
We
Yeah, my
answered.
child,
We answered
go
that.
on.
We answered that. We're moving on.
Okay.
All right.
my
So
child, go on.
Beetlejuice. All right. So it
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice debuted September 6th.
Yeah.
How the movie only made it costed only $100 million to make, which is pretty impressive for Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
But this movie opening weekend, this is why we were saying it was a success. You know, they usually say you take half of the budget for marketing and everything else for overseas and whatnot. So 150 million altogether. Now that might be old thinking of the 100 million. It costs that much. It might be less, 125 million. Maybe that's already budgeted into that 100 million. But in either case, this movie has made upwards of 160 million worldwide. So this movie in of itself is a success. It recouped the amount it costs, then marketing, and then some. For this first weekend, that's not bad at all. I'm actually surprised that Beetlejuice did so well because I recently watched Beetlejuice, the first one, like a week or two ago when I was out of town, and I was starting to fall asleep in that movie. I don't have the nostalgia for that movie
Same.
as when I was a kid. The movie just didn't really appeal to me. Now, my nephew was watching it and he was all into it. He enjoyed the movie. Now, my nephew is 5. And my sister was letting him watch it. I was like, this might not be a great movie for a kid. But he was taking it like a champ. He was like, hey, it is what it is. He's watching it.
God
Wasn't
bless.
scared.
God bless.
Yeah, but my sister was holding him the entire time. So maybe that's why he wasn't scared. And, that boy ain't got no fear in his heart. So he watched it, no problem. I was sitting there on my phone, kind of bored watching it. So I really wasn't looking forward to this movie. I didn't see an appeal to it. I know Beetlejuice as far as like an icon, not even an icon. It's just a nostalgia thing. That people like remember Beetlejuice, they loved it, and they want to see more of it. I wasn't one of those people. So when I watched the movie, I really wasn't impressed initially by Beetlejuice coming back out, with them getting Michael Keaton again, Winona Ryder, with what's her face being in there now, Wednesday.
I forgot her name.
I forgot her name, but they have her in the movie. I really wasn't impressed. But when I watched it, especially after watching the original one so close to the sequel, I actually was a little bit like, when I watched it, I was like, this is actually pretty good. This movie I feel like is leaps and bounds better than the first one. And I understand the first one, when it came out, it was great for its time. It was pushing the boundaries of CG, practical effects, and so forth. Really cool for its time. I think they just did that movie but better in this one. Now, there were some things that I felt like it was kind of minimized a little bit, like the whole soul sucker chick. She was kind of like, I thought she was gonna be like the big bad guy of the movie and that she was gonna dominate the movie. She was really like
nothing.
She
really go anywhere.
Yeah, she didn't have a big purpose in the movie, except for the final act.
One of the perks of dating the director.
Yeah,
you get to have a major role in the movie. Yeah,
Tim Burton.
Yeah,
Tim Burton's dating
what's
her name?
Yeah,
Monica
Bellucci. Yeah.
Dang,
really?
Lucky ass man.
Way.
Yeah.
That's a lucky.
I mean,
no
Tim Burton always like
beautiful woman.
gets with the leading ladies. He dated what's her name? Helen? No, was it Helen?
Yeah.
Helen
Bonham
Carter.
Sort of.
Yeah. For a long time, for many years, put her in a lot of movies too. So I mean, hey, it's the mind. He's got the creative mind that the women love.
He got something.
But he landed Monica Bellucci, which is goddamn. So
that's insane, right? Yeah, I think everyone's had that reaction. Like, what? Monica Bellucci,
hey,
really?
good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah,
but I will
for
say,
sure.
I'm a big fan of Tim Burton. I've always loved his movies back in the day.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
once he found out like digital technology, his movies became like soulless, empty green screen. Just
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was a giant warning to everybody.
Ugly,
like a giant warning shot. Like, this is what I'm into.
Yeah, it was ugly, man. And Alice in Wonderland, that like really like put it across.
That was like vomit. Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's like CG vomit. It was CG vomit.
Yeah. I like
CG
I liked
vomit.
it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
You can't go from like Edward Scissorhands and like these early movies, fucking Batman. You can't go from like that gothic dark style to. I mean, he tried. You could see the transition into like modern Tim Burton. It's still there. The touches are there, but like the modern Tim Burton movies, they're just not there. Now this movie, I feel, doesn't have a lot of those modern. It has them, but it seemed like he tried to do a lot more practical stuff, and I like.
Yeah,
that.
it seemed a little more restrained.
Yeah, restrained. Yeah. He tried to like be a little like even like I like that the sandworms were almost had that stop motion.
Yeah,
I
like that.
Like the first movie.
And a lot of practical effects, a lot of lighting, like tricks and stuff like that. This just reminded me how much I do like Tim Burton. Like, I'd love to see an original concept from him that is not like dripping in CG, and it's like all this like stuff I used to really make him like as a unique eye in filmmaking, which I don't know if he would stand out anymore. But like this movie, though for me is not as good as the original, but it did remind me like the little things of how I like Tim Burton movies in the past, like little touches and flares that he has, and of course, also reminded me that Michael Keaton's the man. He's just really good. Whatever he does,
you never
Michael
hear
Keaton
about
does
that.
not miss.
Did you guys like who was the oh shoot, the supporting cast? Willem Dafoe. What do you guys think of Willem Dafoe?
Well, he was fine.
He was good.
He was okay.
Yeah.
For the role he was doing, he was good. I don't think he could play a different role.
Everything about this movie, like the setup is really strong, and nothing ended up anywhere. Like Monica Bellucci, really great design, really great concept. When she's putting herself together, I was like, "This is fucking cool." I can't wait.
She's a soul sucker. She's going around.
I can't wait for her to do shit. Like that's cool, and she didn't do anything.
No delivery.
The one suicide kid or whatever, or the murder kid. That shit was resolved like nonchalantly. It was a little they literally had a Deus Ex Machina, which was Beetlejuice. He literally just came at the last minute and just saved the day by stamping the thing like the other way. It's like, what the fuck? Same thing. Like most people seem to be phoning in their like performances. I could not believe that I was watching Winona Ryder act. It seemed like she was literally phoning the whole thing in. I'm like, I just watched her in not too long ago in Stranger Things, right? She was great in that.
Oh yeah.
And in this one, she literally is acting like she's never been in a movie in her life. I don't know if it's the editing. I'm not sure it's because she was trying to play someone with, trauma issues or something.
Oh,
I think so.
I thought she was Winona Ryder. Like she's never been a great actor. I mean, I just seemed like
I think she's decent.
Completely agree. She's never been a great actor, but the good directors, the competent directors, have been able to work with them at times. It's the same thing as saying like, what's his name that we all love, Keanu Reeves, right? He has shortcomings, but a good director knows how to work with those shortcomings. You're not gonna put him in like like a spoken drama 2 hour long and have him like give out a bunch of dialogue. I appreciated the special effects, and I also appreciated those little weird moments that they had. Remember when they showed the pedophile guy on the airplane when it fell into like the ocean and then the shark ate him and had that weird animation? When they were doing like he was recounting how he met Monica Bellucci, it turned into like an old Italian horror movie. Like those little aspects I enjoyed. But yeah, it seemed very phoned in. It seemed like they had like too many ideas going in at once and not really like latching onto one single one. But having said that, I'm not a fan of Beetlejuice either. I remember liking it as a kid, but I wasn't like dying to watch the movie. I mean, the cartoon, obviously, I fucking loved the cartoon. But the movie was never really like that big with me. And then this one, it was about the same, I think.
I walked out of the theater I saw with a friend. I walked out and we're both like, we had the same reaction. We're kind of like getting to like it didn't go anywhere, but it was nice to see that world. It was nice to see the various characters and the animatronics and like it was cool to see that stuff. I just
wish his creative side is nice to see.
Yeah, I just wish the story had the same weight in that, and I honestly was thinking like I could go for another Beetlejuice movie if the story was better. Like, I mean, they have some really interesting characters, and the visuals are great.
I feel like they could have done like a TV show, maybe, or maybe like a short 8 episodes or something like that.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, because like I appreciated that it wasn't just like a hey, remember all these? Remember like kind of like just a complete rehash and like a kind of like a new story, kind of like, or here's what's been going on since then or whatever. But overall, I wasn't super wowed. I guess I had a similar kind of milk taste.
Hey, I get it's like it could be worse. It could be worse,
right. It could have been worse.
Well, the thing is,
I'll take it.
Well, I think how they wrote off Jeffrey Jones was amazing. The fact that he wasn't in here. I'm assuming I don't know who made that decision. I'm assuming. I mean, he's pretty much been outed ever since his conviction. For those that don't know, Jeffrey Jones played the dad Charles in Beetlejuice, but in early 2000 he got hit up. He pled no contest to having child explicit films. So that pretty much yeah, that's pretty much tanked his career from then on. I don't know whose idea was not to keep putting him into Beetlejuice, whether it was Tim Burton's or someone else's or the studios, but I think that was the right choice.
Yeah.
And the way that how they dealt with it, and actually from what I understood, Tim Burton was the one that came up with the idea of how to write him off and how to pretty much write him off but keep the character in the movie. And a lot of people actually like that. They love the idea that, hey, he's still in the movie, but he's headless and and he can still talk and everything else. So it was a really great choice that they did that. But Bandita, I agree with you 1,010%. This felt like this could have been a movie, or this could have been I think this would have done really well.
TV show.
Or not a TV show. It could be a TV show or a special on a streaming platform. Now, this is the type of movie I think would do extremely well, because this movie, while good, I felt like, as we're all been saying, the plot points weren't really that heavy. They really didn't stick to anything. The one thing that kind of was reoccurring through that was the daughter-mother weird relationship, which kind of was echoed in the first movie as well. But really took a front stage in this movie. So that was the real main plot point. So I would say almost like we got several mini stories that led up to the ultimate end of the show.
Yeah, Bendito really hit the nail on the head. It did feel like this was a TV show, because you're right. There was a lot of A/B stories like floating around. You could see an episode with the kid, the ghost kid, and you could see an episode with the marriage, the stepdad kind of situation. Like you can see all these threads. Like it does have that.
Yeah.
Like
serialization.
It has that serialization vibe. You're right. Maybe this was at one point supposed to be that, and they just smushed it together. Which is sad that we could tell that, that easily.
And if that was the case, then that's actually pretty cool that they did that. So I was like, that if that was the original concept and they did it as a complete film, that's pretty awesome. If they did it as that was a complete story, it's still good. It's just not great. But no, I did enjoy that a lot. And I thought that was pretty cool that they did all of that, how everything kind of flowed together. And it did feel like, look, the thing is, like, watching this movie, I didn't feel like this was a long movie. I didn't go watching it and then I was like, oh my goodness, this is taking too long. Like, I really want this movie to end. It was kind of like at the end of it, I was like, that's enough. I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys.
It was only an hour and a half, or like an hour 40.
45. Yeah, so hour 45.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's really short.
Way longer for me, man.
Like way longer in the bad way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't really feel that.
I didn't enjoy this movie.
Hey, Tim Burton was aiming for that tight 90, and it's harder to do than it seems. So
we know how.
I'm pretty sure it's hard to make a tight 90 than it is to make especially with movies.
I mean, we've been trying to do a tight 90 ourselves.
Yeah. It'll happen one day.
One of these days. No, we've hit it, I think one time. Now would you guys now want to see a new age Beetlejuice cartoon, now that we've got to see the movie and now there's a renewed interest in Beetlejuice to an extent? Would you guys want to see a Beetlejuice cartoon?
No.
I'm past that age, but why not? If they can do that same magic for our
new all generation. Of us who watch X-Men 97.
I would like that. I wouldn't be against it if it was like said it reignited younger kids to the, because it's a very fun world for kids to enjoy.
When you're a kid, it's a very interesting world. That's what made it fun. All the weird remember the roller coaster and like the tramps and the weird like creatures and each like monster had their own like personality. And so it was a cool show.
They could do like CG, but it could look stop motion. Have you ever seen that when they do stuff like that?
Yeah,
that would look cool in like a Beetlejuice cartoon made in that way. That would look cool. I think kids would like it a lot. So,
all right. Yeah. Well, I guess the last question I want to ask you guys, like, because Darkseid, you have brought this up about
Yep.
Tim Burton, his old stuff versus his new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of disagree with a little bit with what you're saying.
Sure.
On that sense, I I guess I mean, what would you be? What would be your guys's in the new era of Tim Burton? Let's
Mm-hmm.
say everything outside of Batman and and further.
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys say is your favorite Tim Burton movie thus far?
Modern Tim
More
Burton.
modern. I would
Modern.
say anywhere from let's say mid
You gotta give me like a
90s.
time frame. I'm gonna have
Well,
to
I'll say
pull his
I'll
IMDb
say
up.
2000 and forward. I will even go back to like 19,
2004.
like I'll even say even 19.
I
Like
mean, wasn't he?
James and Giant Peach.
Yeah, I
And
was just say
onward.
his
But
animated
that wasn't
movies
him, right?
were.
I thought that was
Him as a
Selleck.
producer. Yeah, he's a producer. So
Oh, producer. I
yeah,
thought you
producer.
meant director.
Direct. I can't put him all in the same for a Tim Burton because he has a lot more roles as producer than director.
I really liked Dark Shadows. It came out in 2012. I thought it was still. I thought that because that fit neatly into a Tim Burton box.
Mhm.
You know, there was not a lot of CG. It was about a brooding vampire in a castle.
Yeah.
Had a lot of cool characters. I think that might have been the last Tim Burton.
What did we
movie.
say?
And I'm-
2001?
Dark Shadows was 2000.
No, but I'm saying from when did you say?
I'll say
I've seen that one.
I would say James and Giant Peach was 1996. So anything from
96,
there
yeah.
and forward. He has a lot of good movies.
That I actually liked.
Yeah.
1996.
Yeah.
Onward, yeah, to now.
Fucking Sleepy Hollow right here. Sleepy Hollow is really
Sleepy
good.
Hollow. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of Batman.
Oh, is it?
Forever.
Oh, I'm looking
Everything-
at the producer. Hold on, let me just.
I mean, well, no,
Yes.
he actually is a lot more as director. Actually,
Director,
he
that's what I was
does.
like. What?
Jeez, I thought he had more as producer.
Okay,
Let's say both.
No, yeah,
Both
for
is
sure.
better.
Sleepy Hollow would have been mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
Oh, what about you, Bandita? What would you say?
Oh, James and Giant Peach.
James and Giant Peach. Yeah,
I was gonna say
Oh,
Sleepy
yeah.
Hollow.
I think said after, because otherwise I would say James
Oh.
and the Giant Peach.
no, I say
But
James and
that's-
Giant Peach and after.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
again, James and Giant Peach, I'll be honest, that's mostly Selleck. It's not as much
is,
Tim
yeah,
Burton.
it is,
He's the
yes.
same one that did most of the stuff for Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare,
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street. The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah,
But most of the credit was given to Tim Burton.
Burton,
But
right.
if it wasn't for this guy,
Yeah.
it's the same guy that did Kubo, that's been continuing to do that style animation. He's still
Yeah.
up to this day directing, and he makes amazing movies.
He did Coraline. You guys see
Coraline,
yes,
exactly. Yeah.
Coraline's really good.
So-
yeah.
that stop that
It's just
stop
hard for
motion
him
is
to
really
step under the shadow of Tim Burton, but
Yeah.
most of the credit for James and the Giant Peach goes to him.
No, I agree. Honestly, I'm saying for producer wise, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, loved it. That as producer, I thought he was
Is it good?
I thought it was amazing. I loved it.
So
I have to watch it because I do love me some I love me some camp. So.
Yeah, it's very straight lace. You're not going to get anything deep emotional thinking or anything like the sort.
That's right
it's
up
just
my alley. All right.
it's straight action, and I think they did a phenomenal job. Outside of that, I would say for me as a director, and I haven't seen Wednesday. Everybody, of course, I don't like to watch things when they're super popular.
Stick to his
movie, right?
directing. Yeah,
Wait, he's
just
actually
like a
directing?
movie director.
Yeah. Because he's produced a lot of stuff he's associated with a lot of interesting things.
Yeah,
but I mean, if we're just talking about him as a creative singular force,
I mean, he did direct, it seems here, probably episodes of Wednesday, but I guess we can simplify by just saying movies.
Yeah.
Let's just simplify by just
movies.
Just his movies.
James and the Giant
Sleepy
Peach,
Hollow.
the same year he did Mars Attacks.
Yeah, if that's on the table,
then
if that qualifies, then that would be mine.
Sleepy Hollow is
well.
probably, I think, honestly, one of his best works in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
James and Giant Peach,
Sleepy
Mars
Hollow is really
Attacks.
good.
Mars Attacks, that was a good movie. I did enjoy.
Yeah, that was good.
You know,
Yeah.
I rewatched it. It didn't hit the same the second time.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a childhood thing or something. It might be for me like a Speed Racer type of thing. Where as a kid, I was like, wow. And then when I watch it as an adult, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I
I
agree.
have yet to talk about Beetlejuice yet.
So what?
I have yet to talk about Beetlejuice yet.
Okay, Aaron, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Bud.
Okay, yeah,
Oh.
talk, but please talk about Beetlejuice though.
Oh, I will. Yeah, just Beetlejuice.
Okay.
Don't worry,
Nope,
you
here we go.
people.
Sweet baby and
But-
Casino.
Talk about Beetlejuice.
The
What
politics.
did you think
in
about the
Vietnam,
movie,
yeah.
Ed?
The movie. So I'm a big fan of Beetlejuice. I think the movie was actually really, really good. And I'm not just me who's a big fan of it. My girlfriend is a big fan of it. Such a big fan that she has a tattoo on her shoulder of one of the sandworms. So
One other one.
the Beetlejuice sandworms, the striped.
I thought you said Santa worms for some reason.
No, sandworms from
Okay.
the sand planet or dimension part of
Yeah,
the
and
movie.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're big fans of Beetlejuice, and so this was a cool movie for us to go see, and we loved every minute of it. And just like the first one, Beetlejuice or Michael Keaton doesn't have a lot of screen time, but when he does pop onto the screen, it's magic. It's something about Michael Keaton in this role that just does it. He still got it. When it's showtime, it's showtime. He can still do it. I thought the casting was a great choice from the original cast to the new cast. I agree with some parts how like Monica like had a great entrance and maybe the middle, but then kind of just fell off. I was expecting more from her, like maybe some kind of boss fight or something with her. Didn't happen. And the same thing with that kid. Like I was expecting more, and that just led to nothing. It was kind of like okay. But the movie itself was really good. To me, it felt like it was just like another day in the town of wherever they're in the underworld. It didn't feel like it was like a major blockbuster Avengers movie. It just felt like, hey, this is Beetlejuice. It's another day in Beetlejuice. And I do agree with what Green Tuner said about what's her name? Renata Wider. Great in Stranger Things, but in this, it was like he's just there. I don't know what happened, but I think it was fine. The script was fine. All the cast was fine. All the characters were fine. My favorite part of the movie was
the man,
huh?
the myth, the legend.
Keaton.
No, Danny DeVito.
Oh, DeVito. Oh, DeVito. That was freaking amazing. Like the whole we saw this on a Saturday. The whole theater like popped for DeVito. We were not expecting that. I need to see more DeVito like that. Good old DeVito. What was I gonna say? Oh, and the animatronics and the sandworm, great choice. I'm so glad they didn't use any CG for that. I'm glad they went to old school, lack of a better word. But thought it was great. I would love to see more. I don't know if it's gonna happen now, but it'll be great to see more. Sorry for those who think it sucked, because you suck, but go on.
All right.
How many Blrds would you give it?
Yeah.
Edward?
I would give it. Oh, I couldn't hear over the cheers. I'm sorry. I would give it a 9. I thought it was great.
Oh wait, so we're down to Blurs already? Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, you have something else you want to talk about?
No, that's okay.
Let's get to the blurries. I would give it a solid 7. It was good. 7.5. I'll give it 7.5. Good. No, actually, yeah, 7.5. No, I'll give it an 8.
What is that?
I'll give it an 8.
What was your heart?
Bananas. It looks like bananas. Yeah, but I'll give it a solid 8. It was a good movie. I didn't feel bored. I think the runtime was perfect for it. It wasn't something that felt like they were trying to over nostalgia you with it and so forth. So oh yeah, peaches. But yeah, that's my blurry 8.
Yeah, I give it a 7 for the same reasons, I guess, though, which is funny. But like, safe, entertaining, nothing too interesting. I feel like. I mean, Beetlejuice is, yeah, it would mainly be nostalgia, but I don't even have like too much of that. But still an entertaining movie. I don't think there's nothing bad about it.
Yeah.
Plus, more Michael Keaton.
More Michael Keaton. Yeah, absolutely.
So gold. And Renata Wider.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
I give it a 5. Middle of the road. But then again, I'm not a Beetlejuice fan, so
Yeah.
Hey, that's totally respectable. What about you, Dark Side?
He's too busy showing off Danny DeVito.
Yeah, he's showing pictures
He's
of.
got those pictures ready.
Yeah, he's pulling. He's
Who
getting
is that?
inspiration
who that
from
is.
the Ed Underground.
From earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those are pictures of me and my
Nice.
girlfriend at the theater. That
Yeah,
was our
it's great.
Beetlejuice day.
Yes, and we all know you have a girlfriend. We're
Yes.
happy for you.
Oh, by the way,
Dark
Eva,
Side,
you got
what's your? Oh,
girlfriend.
yeah, wait, yeah, we know. Dark Side, what is your blurries?
7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
Reason for it?
Alright.
You got reasons, or no? You just 7.5.
Reasons are just that it is good, heavy nostalgia, but like the story is too flimsy. But it's nice. It's a fun little distraction. Great actors, great world. Just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it sucks, but man, that's the.
Give me another one. I'll go for another one. I think Benito Mac nailed it. This would have been a good Halloween special. Unlike HBO or something.
This would have been perfect as a Halloween special.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But studios are gonna studio, so I mean, you did put up Danny DeVito. He wasn't in the original, right? I don't
He
think.
wasn't.
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I was like, I don't remember him in the first one. But I was like, they were bringing everybody else back. I was like, maybe
there was a different notable actor, and I don't remember who it was. Who was the janitor in the Netherworld, and that's what Danny DeVito was, a notable actor in this one. I forgot who it was. It was some kind of like cameo.
And plus, he's been in a He's been in a Tim Burton film before. I mean, Batman. So
Yeah.
Who? Danny DeVito.
Yeah, he's been in. He was the Penguin.
Yeah,
Batman Returns. Batman Returns.
Oh, fake fan.
Fake
Batman movie.
Fake fan.
Wow.
Batman
Fake
movie.
fan. No, you said
Wow.
Batman.
You said Batman.
Yeah,
you said Batman.
You know what I meant.
Nope.
No,
words have
fake
meaning,
fan.
Ed. Words have meaning.
Fake fan.
Words have
All right,
meaning,
Ed,
then
take us out.
He's a bitch.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been. Wait, hold on. Can I do it in that voice? I don't know.
It's a Jamaican accent.
No, not a Jamaican accent.
The Jamaican accent.
Ed,
No,
can you
no.
do it? Yeah, do it in that one.
Do it in this voice?
Come on, give us some Ziggy Marley.
Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Beetlejuice. This is episode 137.
Well,
That's a weird Jamaican accent.
Yeah,
This is not a Jamaican accent, no. It's been episode 137 of the Blrd podcast.
I just want to hurt you.
Glad you're here. Say my name 3 times and I will appear. So, Blur you later. You can find us on all major platforms: YouTube, Twitch. What else is there? I'm trying to think.
Oh man, this is a horrible performance. This is what happens.
This is pretty bad. You're running out of material.
You can find us on all podcasting platforms, and don't forget to watch us on twitch.tv/Blrd podcast.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beetlejuice.
Hey, thank you, Beetlejuice.
See you tomorrow.
Blur you later.
2 more times.
Blur you later.
Blur you later.
All right. Blur you later, everyone.
Yeah.